Hello? Hello. Okay, looks like audio's working. Where's the chat though? Okay, it's not showing me chat. But luckily I've got my phone. So I will just quickly open chat up here. And I should be able to see everything now. Okay. Alright. Just going to give it a few moments. Let's let everyone drop in. Hello! Hello, Adriana. Thank you for joining. So, yes, Dark Essence has released. This has been a really great week for Dreams in general, to be honest. Like, it was so good to see the team at Media Molecule rewarded with the at the BAFTAs the other day. I honestly, yes, it's out. I honestly, I never planned on it being that day. It's just that's how it all came together. It's been great to see people playing it. I think we've had I said the stream was about 100 plus. We're now up to 130, so that's great. Let me just quickly restart the progress there. Yeah, it's been a long road. It's been something like I started this when Dreams went into an early access beta, the open one, so where you could buy it. I think that was like 18 months ago, maybe actually closer to 2 years. So yeah, I think about 2 years working on this, and it's been an adventure. And thank you all, those of you who've been here on the way. Thank you for those who have joined me halfway, or those who are joining now. I hope you all get a chance to play Dark Essence, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Where is Lego Dark Souls Edition Part 5? So that's a great question. I'll quickly answer that. I did a video a long time ago, about a year and a half ago, where I sort of alluded to the situation. I'm still unable to completely say why I can't, but it was something that I just had to leave behind. Also, Lego Worlds doesn't really get any more support, and it just became very difficult to. Hang on, I'm just going to pause that. It just became very difficult to continue. I literally, the last thing I was working on was doing Quelaag boss fight, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't create a Lego spider with a woman on it, so sorry. But that's not to say I can't look at doing more Lego stuff in the future. But right now I'm sort of focused on Dreams. How do I feel finally releasing it? Thanks, Rocky. I was just saying, like, it's been I can't believe it. It's been a really long road. It's been almost 2 years, and I'm just happy people are enjoying it. I'm happy to take any feedback from everyone. Those who have been following me since I started this will know I made a lot of design decisions early on that affected me throughout the game. So, you know, there's things that could be better. The combat could be a bit tighter. The inventory could be a little bit better. But these were decisions that I took probably about just over a year ago, and I just went full steam ahead into production. The game ended up bigger than I expected, and that also became a challenge, because doing a playthrough test on a game of this size, trying to capture as many bugs as I can, was also a challenge. Speaking of bugs, just so you guys are aware, it's in the description. A strange bug that I've never ever seen in all of the testing I've done has popped up. A couple of not everyone's had it, but a few people have. Now I've had a look at the games, and I'm not going to say a bad workman blames his tools, but I do wonder if it's something to do with dreams. It's all to do with the persistent variables, which is what we use to save data in dreams. And so the bug specifically is, so when some people leave the Forsaken Road and go to another level, the game awards them 25,000 essence. And there's no reason for it to be doing that. I wonder if it's something to do with, one, I'm using pretty much every persistent variable that the game will let me use, and maybe that's a problem for some people, or it's something to do with where you transition between scenes in dreams. When you're playing someone else's dreams has to download it in the background, so maybe something's happening there. So what's next? Will you pursue game dev? Well, I'm very happy with my day job, which is in the video game industry, but I can't really go into detail about what it is. And I'm just going to keep. I've got a plan for. At the moment, I've been prototyping a sequel to Dark Essence. Essentially, and that would be a PS5 exclusive. So I could because again, as people know who have followed the channel for a while, I really had to. By the way, is the audio mix okay? Just let me know in chat. Like, the game volume isn't too loud, is it? Yeah, I had to make a lot of sacrifices personally on like what I wanted to be possible in the game. So, and these are things that I'm hoping to do in a sequel. So, for example, I should just sort of stop playing really slowly and just get on with it. So, for example, two-handed wielding. So, see here as the perfect example. It'd be great if I could wield this sword with two hands. That's in the prototype. Wouldn't it be great if, like Dark Essence 1 has just the standard knight here, which, as many Souls fans will know, you know, that's only one of the many types of like classes and builds that you can get. So I've actually been able to make a actual mage class in Dark Essence in this prototype that I'm working on. So you have your own like staff and everything. Cool, thanks for letting me know, guys, about the audio. Yeah, so wait, I didn't pick it up. Pick up that crew bomb. So to go back to that list, the prototype has has a better inventory. It has two-handed wielding. It has a proper magic build. What else has it got? I've added firearms similar to what you might see in Bloodborne, but also I'm toying with being able to have it so you can ADS a little bit, similar to if anyone's ever played Remnant from the Ashes, which is a really cool multiplayer game. Everyone should check that out. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. And it will be a case of I will literally take Dreams to its limits on PS5. I mean, the game still hasn't actually been updated for PS5. So, like, when you're using Dreams on PS5 like I am right now, there's so much untapped power from the PS5. The prototype is made in Dreams. I know in the past I've said potentially I could look at Unreal or Unity. But the challenge I've got there is I know what I'm doing in Dreams. I don't know what I'm necessarily doing in those other engines, and I'd go through the whole R&D again. And I've got to admit, like, it took a lot out of me doing this. You know, I work a full-time job, and thankfully my partner Chloe was very supportive of me working on this most nights, most weekends. I feel like I can get a Dark Essence 2, or what if I choose not to do Dark Essence 2, I could get a I could get another Dreams project out much faster. So I'll see. Okay. Some of the feedback I've had on Fallen Monastery was around the UI, specifically the inventory. A number of people didn't realise how to equip weapons and items when you pick them up. So there's a reason behind this. So you see here in the equipment menu, it tells you to press equip with triangle, and then it tells you to open up the weapons menu or whatever sub-menu you need to go into, and then you press X to equip it. Now, rightfully, a lot of people are like, why can't I press X here? Now, as I said in one of the comments, this dates back to before I had better understanding of Dreams. So for example, if I pressed X now, it would take me all the way through the menu. Like, it would literally select the first thing here, because I didn't know how to delay inputs on Dreams. That is something I have fixed on the prototype for a potential sequel. So that's there. I added a couple more of these sort of message hints to sort of give people a bit more guidance. But one of the things I tried to recapture here, and it was very similar to like my own first sort of contact with a Souls-like game, was I had no idea what I was doing. It didn't come with a manual. It was hard to find like what the buttons were doing. It was very much trial and error. So I've done, like, you were left behind the little messages which would tell you what to do, but it would tell you what the controls were. But that was it. Like, you just sort of read them and be like, oh, okay. So I do remember playing Bloodborne for the first time and continuously, accidentally, doing the I can't remember what the word is for it, but where you when you run out of Quicksilver bullets, you can press I think it's down on the D-pad, and you'll lose a little bit of health, but you'll get some more Quicksilver bullets back. Things like that. It's just like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, thank you for not telling me that, game. So, did we pick up the Celestial Light? We did. Good. Get the bombs out. No, that's onions I've equipped. Cool. Yeah, so fire any more questions you have. Right. Just gonna smash the bomb. I also just want to take the chance to say a big thank you to SpandyTube, who streamed the game yesterday. That was really nice of him to do that. And he literally, because he was one of the first people I could actually see play the game. He did encounter a couple of bugs that I didn't know about, so thankfully I've been able to like patch them out. So I just want to say again thank you to Spandy for doing this stream. It was really helpful and it made the game better. Who's done? So what was that? When designing the plot and lore, did you make it up as you went along, or did you come up with a plan? Yes, I did. So I had what's called a game design document, a GDD, and I had a couple of drafts of that, and my voice audio is a little low. Okay. Hang on, I'll just try and improve that sound. Is it in sound? It's media. I'm not sure where the mix is on the PlayStation 5, because they changed the entire user interface. So settings would be sound, volume, nope, just microphone level. Okay. How's that? Is that better? Let's put it up a bit more. Okay, we'll go with that for now. If it needs to go punching up a bit more, let me know. But I think I've found. Hopefully I've found it. So yeah, the GDD. So I had a few drafts of the GDD, and yeah, in that I break down things like what is the lore for this world, what are some of the characters. Generally, some of the bosses in the game will relate to sort of the lore as well. And just coming up with like place names, and I also used I've forgotten its name now, which is really bad of me, but okay, we'll see how we get on with that. Yeah, so I used a piece of software on the internet. I've completely forgotten its name, but it's like a fantasy map generator, I do also do like paper designs of the levels and stuff, to, sort of like to get a general layout and idea. Some levels I just literally jumped into Dreams and started like placing buildings down and planning routes. Some of the, and you know that was different. I found like I mean generally you're supposed to do paper designs for all levels. But sometimes I prefer to sort of work in a 3D space, trying to work it out. Oh, good friend Solomon. Right, well, we don't need it to be. We're gonna want to get through this because a lot of people have seen these areas before on previous streams. So let's just go. We're gonna go do Kalen's Marsh. Now, what's been interesting has been seeing where people go for their first time. When they get to the Forsaken Road. A lot of people, I've noticed, have actually ended up all the way at the Lost Depths, which is an optional side area, which is also quite high level. So that's where, so I think Spandy went there after he did Kalen's Marsh, and he was only level 8, but he did beat the boss there, and I was, well played to him for doing that. I generally only go up against that thing when I'm level 19. I'm just going to go do a quick secret first. There are a couple of little secrets hidden in the Forsaken Road for people when they do explore. But yeah, generally, like I would advise anyone that's playing, do Kalen's Marsh, then do the Pit of the Dead, then the Dark Hollow, and then go into the Black Fort from there, or go to do the optional side area of the Lost Depths. If you really want to, I could go straight to the Black Fort right now and try and get to the city of Idril. The Executioner sort of stands as like a test. So he's very like hard. He's a very tough boss if you go in at a very low level. So the general idea is, and sort of Solomon's dialogue points you in that direction, and will change once you've done Kalen's Marsh, Necromancer's Stronghold, and Dark Hollow. He'll tell you that he thinks you're ready. So, but until that point, he says you need to be stronger if you can think you can take on the corrupted ones. So that's sort of like a subtle way of me trying to tell the player that you need to go out there, go find weapons, go get other things, and don't want to get poisoned. Sort of just generally like boost yourself up. And it gets so like that kind of open design. I don't believe Dark Souls has done it. Obviously Dark Souls games have always had optional side areas, but I was more sort of inspired by Breath of the Wild with that. Like if you want to, when you get out, you can just go straight to Ganon. And as well, the Forsaken Road is semi-inspired by Hyrule Field. Ocarina of Time has always been a massive inspiration to me. And it was one of like when I played it when I was like, what would I have been, 10? It was like life changing. It was so far beyond what other games were like around then. These guys are one of my favourite enemies. They just I like they've got three different attacks, and they've got this one there where if you don't get out in time, they will flatten you. And I just like them, and they've got there is some lore behind these guys as well. They're the Swamp Guardians, so they there's lots. I will say I might do some spoilers a little bit here when talking about the game, because it's launch, and want to celebrate some of the stuff and some of my thinking behind making the game. But yeah, they're the Swamp Guardians, and some of the messages that you'll find in Kaelin's Marsh will tell you that when the humans they evacuated Idril and sort of found refuge here and sort of built this town, the swamp eventually turned on them and is now trying essentially took the marsh back. And that's kind of like what those Guardians did. Like, they're not necessarily evil. It's just the swamp reclaiming the land from the humans. Obviously, these guys, they're corrupted, 100%. And there's a line in here where I say that was the corruption already here, or did the humans bring it with them? And that's down for you, the players, to decide. But talking about performance, I did my best. 80% of the game was developed on PS4 Pro, and then I finished the last 20% I did on my PS5 when I got it. But what I always tried to do was so you have the thermometers, and you have one for gameplay, graphics, and audio. I always tried to make sure I never maxed out the gameplay thermometer. In fact, there's a 10% overhead that I'm not using, so it'll only ever go to 90 in the worst scenarios. So that's Dreams saying that, okay, you're not using everything that's on tap, but even then, there's a couple of areas that that can chug on the base PS4. I'm looking into what I can do about that. I've jumped into a couple of the ones that I've seen have had some issues, and I've tried to improve performance. But generally, it's mainly driven by how many enemies I have in an area. And I really do feel like most of the areas have got a really good balance. Oh god, almost went then. Yeah, I really do feel like the balance of how many enemies there are per sort of zone is right. So I'm looking at what I can do that doesn't involve that, but it's tough. Oh, cool. Thanks for joining, Rocky. Ask Chris, will you bless us with a full playthrough and maybe some extra dev commentary? Sure. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play through the entire game in a series of videos, and I'll just provide commentary as I play through. And then I may also do a video. I can do something a bit rogue right now. Not actually, I won't do it right this second because I've got 600 essence on me. But I'll probably also do a video where I just sort of show the evolution of Dark Essence, where I go from what some of you guys can see on the channel, from like the early first prototypes to the original demo levels that are still available to play on Dreams. I've toyed with whether or not to remove the demo, because it's not really these days. It's very unrepresentative of what Dark Essence became. Oh my god, he almost killed me. This insect model was actually made by a hijacker, I think the Dreamer's name was. It's a great model. I did do some extra work for what I needed for it to work as an enemy with the legs. As you can see, the legs are quite glitchy. That's because Dreams is only really built around. Thanks, Rocky. Have a good day. Thanks for joining. Cool. Dreams puppets only really have 2 legs, and so if you want to create like an insect or like an arachnid, at least when I first made this, I'm sure like loads of people have cracked this now, but when I made this, like I was struggling, so I had a quick look for an insect model, and Hijacko had created that bug, and I was like, this is really cool. I'd like to use this. So props to them for making an amazing model, and the logic to go with it. As I said, once I turned it into, it used to be like a playable character in his stuff, but I turned it into an enemy mob. And I had to make some changes to it. Oh god, these guys. It's that backstep. Stagger was also something else that other people have mentioned. I'm looking at whether I can add that into the prototype for a potential follow-up. It's something I feel is good, because generally the way only a few enemies in Dark Essence will sort of dodge and try and evade you. Generally, most of the time, they'll either block your damage or they'll it's just a case of you whacking each other until then avoiding each other's damage. But that's something I'd like to try and make the enemies just add that extra layer of depth. Backstabbing, I don't want to commit to that, and parrying, because I've not built any systems like that before, so I'd have to test it and in the prototype and see whether or not that's even possible. So I'm just going to rush and go grab get the claymore. Cool, claymore. Oh wait, why am I even using the broadsword? I picked up the war axe, which is a much better weapon than this. Yeah, there we are. Now we're cooking with gas. Ooh. I love the way they flop down like that. Got any bombs left? Nope. You see the way the animation stutters there? That's to do with I'm stepping out of like a zone that controls like when they do attacks. That's just in general the way I built my AI. I may see if I can change that in the future. Get this guy as well. We've almost got another got enough essence for another level up. Yeah, it's like these guys are not also visually I like these guys just because when you're going through like this misty area, you just see these eyes glowing in the distance. Right. So those of you who have played the game or have watched previous streams know who's through here. So we're just going to quickly go sell some junk
over here
to the merchant.
Stranger. What are you buying? What are you selling? Thank you.
I'll keep the corrupted essence for now.
Is that all, stranger?
Actually, I'll sell.
What are you? Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
Oh no, I bought an onion. Oh, never mind. Never can have too much health. So we will level up the stamina now. So builds that I've done in the past when I was testing this, I've done a dex build. Now, what dexterity does different thing than it does in Dark Souls in this. So dexterity as a base will reduce the amount of reduce the stamina cost when you block damage with shield. So it's quite handy for that. That's just something it does by default when you level up dex. The other thing it does is it can boost your physical attack. However, what you don't want to do is spec into strength a lot and then try and spec dex up at the same dex up after it, because you won't get that benefit. Rymac117 asks, is this on PC? Not yet is the answer. The dream is that Sony seem to be open to putting a lot more of their games onto PC. So Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out on PC. I think they said Days Gone's coming to PC. Personally, and I don't know if I speak for the entire Dreams community when I say this, but I think getting Dreams onto PC would give the game a second life, like a whole new lease of life. The only problem I see with that is they already have the problem where right now we can't. Those of us working on PS5 aren't using all the power of the PS5 because they want people on the normal PlayStation to be able to play stuff. And then you get into once you start going to PC, you're like, well, hang on, what's the baseline for what people can make? For what's needed to play a Dream? Like, all of a sudden you start talking about specs and stuff. So, don't get me wrong, it's a headache, but I really hope they do it. Yes, this is PS5, but it does work on PS4 and PS4 Pro. I am getting surrounded. He's down, and the other one. Oh, no. Yeah, he's down. Healing. Another little secret here if you go for it. Hunter's bow. The bow in my new prototype is much better. I mentioned this on Spandy's stream, but I really like the bow is okay. I'll tell you what, once you get a lot of arrows, the bow's all right. But I realise now what I probably should have done is made the bow so that it goes in the shield slot, so you keep your weapon, because what happens is you run out of arrows, and then you're kind of like defenseless. And because like a Souls game, you can't pause the action to when you open up the inventory. It means you have to try and risk it opening the inventory and switching weapons. Because another thing that I couldn't do was having like multiple weapon slots on your character. I mean, it is possible. It was very expensive to do, and it would have meant de-scoping in other areas of the game. And I've weighed it up. Again, the prototype for a potential follow-up. Again, I've not got that because again, it's just so expensive. And also, I'd have to come up with an equipment load system, because it's the same thing you got in other games like that. You do need to balance it so that like you can't just have someone being super overpowered by being able to have all these weapons on them at once. Right, we're just going to go get a shield quickly because we don't want this. Someone described the wooden shield as essentially you've got like a door on your arm. It's the worst shield in the game. I highly recommend people explore the world and look for other shields as soon as they can. 7 other shields out there. The merchant sells one that's just a bit expensive. What level are we currently? Level 7. Run past these guys so I can get the shield, then we'll fight them. Keep the questions coming if you have any. Caitlin's shield. That's better. An actual shield, not a piece, not just some discarded wood that we've repurposed. Do I want to go up here? Yes, yes, and yes. I wonder if I can make him jump off. That'd be a boss move. Do-do-do. Okay, well, there's an item down there. That also looks like poisonous fog down there as well. So we do have some leeches, 4 leeches. So we could drop down there. But, the caimans. Oh, hang on. Under attack. Yeah, get out of here. Things like this, secrets. Tommaso asks, how long have I been working on this project? So I started work on Dark Essence, or what would become Dark Essence, about just coming up to 2 years ago. Oh, crap. Oh, damn it. Yeah, 2 years ago. Essentially, the day that Dreams went into sort of early access where you could buy it, I bought it and I started working on it. And there's been a couple of iterations of Dark Essence. You can actually find the demo on Dreams as well, though you could, if you want to check it out, you can. But it's so far removed from what Dark Essence ended up becoming, and it was really, really clunky. Like, I'd say, like, the first year working on this was mainly just sort of learning how to make stuff in Dreams, like most other people that use Dreams. It's an incredibly powerful tool. Almost got flattened. It's an incredibly powerful tool, but it just needs, like, needs time to learn. And there's great people out there in the community who are making amazing stuff that you can use in your Dreams to make what you want. There's amazing content creators like the two of the people that helped me the most was Neon the Coder, and I don't know if I say this about Acert. It's like AECERT. You know, but I'm not over dramatising when I say Dark Essence couldn't be a thing without the amazing guidance that those two specifically gave. And you know, their videos are just, if you want to know how to do something in Dreams, those guys probably have a video on how to do it. In some cases, they'll actually have a couple of videos and a couple of different ways to do it, because you know, as time's gone by, they too have, you know, they've found new and better ways, or just new and different ways to do things in Dreams. So we're gonna do a boss. We're gonna fight Fallen Lord Kalen. His backstory is actually in the shield description, but generally the backstory for him is that when the great city of Israel fell to the corrupted ones, he led the survivors here to the marsh, and they settled here. But then, as we know, the corruption spread, and now unfortunately he has succumbed to the corruption as well. So I'm just going to quickly drop back here, because his boss fight, someone said that boss fight music was a bit too loud, so I'm just going to punch up the microphone a bit. So apologies if I'm coming through really loud, but hopefully it will be better. Back to game. Right. Yes. Just going to quickly use an apple. And in we go. Here he is. Right. Please let me know if the audio mix is still bad. I'll keep talking, but oh my god. So those of you who have been following the channel for a long time will know that he was not the original boss in this area. In fact, these aren't even the original enemies that were in this area. It used to be the leshies, or the stags, as some people have called them, the horned sort of like enemies. And you used to fight a big version of them. But when I did a big update, when I did like a massive rethink of how I had the game structured, I was able to add in this bespoke boss, and he's one of my favourite bosses. He has a second phase as well. Spandy, who played this on stream the other day, yesterday, said he well, as much as you can enjoy a Souls boss, he still died lots to him. But oh, thanks, Ranger Man, I appreciate that. Yeah, like this is like just a classic Souls-like boss. You know, it's learn his patterns, be patient, manage your stamina, or cheat like I'm doing. Not cheating, but using the green apples to boost your stamina. Oh, he does block though. How long is this game? I can do it in about 4 hours, but oh no. But realistically, I think this can be anywhere from 6 to 10 hours for people who don't like. For people who are new to it, yeah, the levels are quite. I took a lot of inspirations from Souls games. The level design, this is an homage to them. But yeah, the level design is quite labyrinthian in a way. So, and you do need to sort of explore and try and find where you're going. Oh god, that was bad. I was talking smack about this boss earlier, and now he's punished me. Yeah, so you'll have to learn, and then there's the inevitable, like, enemies are tough, bosses are tough. I've done my best to refine the combat and make it as fair as I can. I am just one person. I am making this in dreams. I hope it's good enough for everyone. Apologies if anyone feels it isn't. But hopefully it's tight enough where people don't feel that it's unfair. The hitboxes are generally the actual weapons, so you don't have like zones that like actual hitboxes. It's proper sort of physicsy. So like I got hit then because the axe with the halberd touched me, like it would, like you would get hurt in real life if a sword, if like a physical object hit you. The only thing with that is, again, it's sort of like with their body parts, it means you do have to make contact with their physical model. Right. He's almost at his second phase. There we go, right. Now he gets mad. Oh! No, get out of there. Apologies if I go quiet, I'm just concentrating because I want to make sure that we can get through to another area. No. No. So you have to pick your window. When he does this chop it, like he's so fast with that chop there. Right, there we go. Get out of there. Right, he's almost gone. Please don't die. Please don't die. We need to go to the pit of the dead. Can't do the chop. No. Right. Power move. Yeah! Dead. Cool. So this actually gets us our first relic. Now relics was something I introduced because I wanted the player to have some sort of magic. Do I think I can know it? No, I'm not good enough. Ranger man. I haven't actually even tried. I was saying this earlier, like Spandy, who played this on stream yesterday. He went to one of the optional areas after doing the marsh, and he took on like a boss that I only ever fight at level 19. He was level 8, and he actually did beat it, and I was really impressed. We're just going to head to the Forsaken Road now, which is the hub. And leave me alone. The game has a sort of like a sort of like an open structure or semi-open structure, at least at the start. So once you've done the sort of like the tutorial beginning area, you go out into the hub, and then you know from there you can just make a straight beeline towards the end of the game. But that you've got to get past the executioner first, and he will, you know, going up against him as like a puny little level 3 or even a level 1, you're going to have a lot of patience to kill him, because he has a lot of health and you deal so little damage because you're not leveled up. But you know, if people could do it, it's possible. Right, and use the relic. Damn! Yeah. One shot the bug. No! God, that was close. Yeah, dead. Cool. Well, that gives us a little bit of extra essence to go spend on leveling up. Right, yeah, so this is the Forsaken Road, this is the hub zone. Let's get on our horse. Ride through the poisonous mist. So how long we've been going for? 50 minutes. So yeah, that Ranger Man, that gives you an, or was it, if it wasn't Ranger Man, it was Ranger Man. So that gives you an idea. Like I've this is my game. I've done only 2 areas, and it's taken me 50 minutes. There's 15 areas. So if someone who's better at maths can work that out. But then not every area is equal, and as I said, there are a couple of side areas. We're going to level up quickly. People have said that they find that bridge is very Shadow of the Colossus-y. That's the Black Fort over there. So, as I said, you can get to the Forsaken Hub the first time, and if you want, you can head there and then try and get to the city. But you're going to have a bad time against that executioner boss. All right, let's level up. Strength. Got one more. I'm going to put it into vitality, actually. A little bit of extra health. Ah!
Stranger.
Good sir.
What are you
You've joined us. So here's the shield I was saying I could buy. This now costs nothing because we already have it. That's a good weapon. Corrupt Essence. We could buy arrows. I've got no no luck stat, no. Unfortunately not. Maybe in the prototype for a potential sequel. I'm not going to sell that. I am going to sell one of these.
Is that all, stranger?
That gives me another 1,500, which I'm going to put into my stamina. One of the things I added just before I released the game was Solomon now reacts to when you kill enemies. So because we've killed Kalen or beaten the swamp, he now tells us this little bit of lore here. Well, not necessarily lore, but his shock that that boss went evil, and that we had to kill him. Okay, on to the Pit of the Dead. What level am I? Level 10. I'm usually level 15 when I do... Do you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to go to the Dark Hollow, which I have played on stream before, but let's see what we can do. I've recently added that fire. I added that today because just to highlight this entrance a bit more for people. Right. So this area, the Dark Hollow, was a complete reimagining from what I originally had in the Dark Hollow. As these are the original enemies here, these undead deer monsters. Oh, I'm doing very little damage. Lucky I've got that light. Yeah, these were originally the enemies in the marsh, but I'm happier with how things have come out. It makes more sense for them to be in the woods than in the marsh. And it also made me design the Swamp Guardians, which, like I said, is one of my favourite ones. These guys, I like them as a design, but my god, they annoy me as an enemy type that I designed. They jump around, they bash you, they do a lot of damage. If two of them are on you, oh my god, that you're gonna have a bad time, or a challenging time. Do try and engage them one at a time. Don't try and take on multiples of them. So here we go. Right. At least they don't teleport. No, I don't believe I have a teleporting enemy. So that's a good idea, Ranger Man. Maybe I'll keep that for another game. We're just going to get a better weapon. Right. This is a full-on Leshy, Leshen, Wendigo boss. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen. I don't know if you've seen the Necromancer Stronghold. He doesn't teleport. Oh no, he doesn't teleport, but he does. There's something in that vein. It's kind of annoying. Right, now we've got the halberd. Halberd, whatever you want to call it. Oh, actually, I didn't say. One of the other things I've got going in the prototype was I actually have a 3D HUD and 3D inventory. So the inventory I used Dream's UI markers and UI symbols to make everything. But now I've actually got the actual weapon models and item models. So that's cool. A little bit of extra polish. Yeah, I'm going to run away from that one. Where am I? No, I'm going to kill it. Bang! Oh. Heal. Right. Smack. And again. Almost did me. We're gonna use the corrupted essence. So, corrupted essence acts like a humanity or an ember. However, as the description warning says, oh, it's gone now because I've used it. I would corrupted essence. You know, you've got corrupted. The main bad guys are corrupted ones. Maybe using it isn't the best. Using too much of it isn't the best thing. Am I happy with how it turned out? Yes, I am, because people have enjoyed it. You know, not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone's going to enjoy it. You know, I did my best in Dreams with how it came out. But yeah, as I've said, like just one person enjoying it was enough for me. And I'm going to say it was a cathartic experience, but it's certainly been an experience building a game all on my essentially on my own. And also, I think we can all say it's been a bit, 2020, start of this year has been pretty rubbish. Again, I just want to say thank you to Media Molecule for making the game, making Dreams, because, it's helped me get through lockdown. Right? Just, oh no, they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. And I don't want to die because I'll lose that corrupted essence, and I'll have corrupted myself for no reason. Just being able to throw myself into working on this. That also I think helped a lot. But yeah, I am happy with how it's turned out. The prototype I'm working on right now will probably should cover any shortcomings. There were things that I wanted to do that I had to cut, like two-handed weapon wielding. What else? Stagger. Some of those other things. Oh my god, he's going to get me. I'm just running now. I want to get to the tree. Oh, he's done me. But yeah, if you've got a PlayStation, Ranger Man, check it out. I just lost the corrupted essence status as well. Yeah, I am punching a little bit coming into here. But as I said, game's open, like, it is possible. This is what I was talking about as well, like, these guys, some enemies you can outrun, some you can't, and they're, oh no, don't want to aggro that third one. Oh, I really don't want to fight them, I just want to go get my essence back. Okay, they're gone. So, if any of you are wondering why they just disappeared, that is because... I'll just answer this one quiz question quickly, actually. Are you thinking of moving off Dreams if you make another project? So, I did toy with the idea of jumping on Unreal. Just moving to Unreal. That's a different kettle of fish, though, to Dreams. And one thing that I realised is I'd have to learn a lot more, and it would mean, I think it'd be a bigger commitment to move to a different engine than just me doing another project in Dreams. I don't think, like I said, I don't think I'm quite done with Dreams yet. I'm interested to see what happens if they update Dreams for the PlayStation 5. This is running on PS5 right now, but it's barely touching all of the horsepower that's available, all of the processing power that is available on PS5. So, the next project would be PS5 only. But that'd probably be another year. So hopefully more people have PS5s then. I know it's almost impossible to get them right now. I remember at launch I was like, I pre-ordered mine. I got a pre-order. I was like, I don't know if I will get it. I'm not sure if I want to keep it. And I was like, oh yeah, but my PS4 Pro used to sound really loud. And I was like, when I was working on Dreams, and I'd say to my girlfriend that I'm just worried that my PS4 Pro is going to break, and then I can't continue working on Dreams. And then the worst thing would be as well is if the worst thing would be as well is, oh, now I need a PS5. Oh, I can't get one. So I just bit the bullet and got it at launch. I have an Xbox Series X as well. Dark Essence Remaster for PS5 when? It has crossed my mind. I think that's just a question of what does that look like? What do I change? Oh god, these guys are all over me. Would it just be a visual improvement? I could tap up a couple of the best sculptors in Dreams, best sort of model artists, and get them to sort of make a higher quality assets. That's one thing I will say with Dark Essence 2, or the prototype as it's known. I'm going to try and push the visual bar a little bit more. but I am also going to rely on community creations and probably tap up a few artists. There's some people make some beautiful things in Dreams. I've always said I'm not a 3D artist. But yeah, like, would I want to add the stuff back in that I had to take out of Dark Essence 1? I don't know. I think I'd have to. Oh God, no. I think I'd have to see like what they do when they do sort of do a proper patch for the PS5. Gonna kill me. Oh, got him instead. For those of you who are just joining us, I have decided to go into the Dark Hollow after and only at level. Well, I was level 10. I've gone up one level. We're now level 11. Usually, I come in. Well, actually, to be honest, you can see like I'm doing okay. I'm not doing terribly in here. But usually, my order of playing the levels is I go Kalen's Marsh, Pit of the Dead, into Desecrated Tomb, into Necromancer's Stronghold, and then it's Dark Hollow. Then I go on to Idril. But for this stream, I decided to go, hey, whatever, let's change it up. The one thing that has meant though is I haven't. Oh, haven't refreshed the light. I haven't leveled up the Celestial Light, which is there's an NPC that can do that for you, but she's actually a captive of the Necromancer, so you have to go to that area to free her, and then she can level your Celestial Light up. Your light can go from 5 to 10, but you have to find all 5 Celestial Essences hidden in the game. Some you will get on the critical one. I think one you get on if you follow the main path, but generally it's hidden, so you will have to look for it. He's not so bad. Although if I remember, he can almost like one-shot you. Oh, he's got that sort of frenzy attack. The annoying thing with this guy is, while he's our height, but his halberd gives him some good reach. Great, nothing. Not dropped anything. There's actually a better shield hidden in this area. Let's see if I can go up. No, leave me alone. Right. And the other thing is we're also down and... Oh, it caught me. We're down a relic. If we'd gone to the Necromancer's Stronghold, we'd have the Necromancer's Skull, which is a really useful relic. Right now, I've only got the Celestial Seed. Relic Weapons, they don't scale with your stats where you damage their damage doesn't scale. So you will get to a point where for this first relic, the Celestial Seed, does very little damage in higher level areas. But what you can do is you can spec into Focus, and what that will do is that will actually reduce the cooldown time. There we go. Better shield. Right. There's Idril up there. The city. Do I have any? Yes, I've got one. I found that in the marsh. Yes. So, again, for those of you joining us, this is the quick stream I threw together this evening to celebrate Dark Essence's launch, and that we've had 100. We've had 100. Well, when I announced the stream, we'd had 100 plus people play Dark Essence, but now we've had 126 people try it out on Dreams. So I want to say thank you to all 126 people for checking it out. I know that Souls likes aren't for everyone. So even if you only played for 5 minutes, I still appreciate you taking a look. God, this guy is blocking me. Do you know what? I'm tempted to get the bow out. Come on, chop. Dead. We've got 27 arrows. Let's do it. Let's live vicariously. I'm also going to put some onions on. Because our celestial light is quite low and we have a few enemies to deal with. Right. I mentioned earlier that in hindsight, I wish I'd made the bow a left-handed sort of slot weapon, like so it'd sit with your shields. Because the annoying thing is, where you can only have one weapon equipped, once you run out of arrows with this, you're kind of stuck. And so you have to risk changing your weapons. Rangeman says, did you model the locations? Yes, I did. These assets I created myself. Mainly because at the time on Dreams there wasn't anything when I started. Oh no, we don't want to go down there yet. I need to activate the shortcut first. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. They're okay. People have made some much better stuff. Much better stuff. But yeah, the reason I went with this at the time was because it was a low graphics cost and a low gameplay thermometer cost. So in Dreams you have free gauges, the sort of free things to keep in mind when you're building something. It's you have a gameplay limit, a graphics limit. Oh crap! Brilliant. So not only did I not get the shortcut, I also fell off. Yeah, so you have like gameplay, graphics, and audio. So these are quite low cost, which allowed me to create such expansive environments. As I said as well, when I wrote the game design document, some levels I designed it in paper form, sort of like give like a rough layout. Some of them I would just grab the my soul should be around here somewhere. Yes, essence restored. Or it's yeah, I do like a lot of paper designs, but some I just grab the assets and I'd start placing them. This fort being one of those, I just sort of started working the layout because I think I prefer working in 3D when I'm designing a level because I can just run around it. Like I know, like in theory, you should paper design everything first and then iterate from there. Or even like what they call grey boxing, where you just you make everything out of like basic shapes, rudimentary shapes, and then you come back later and do an art pass and give it to your environment artist. But the benefit of being just one person, I'm like, I might as well just make it look nice while from the beginning. It saves me time later down the road. So yeah. Screw these guys. I'm gonna have to put the. Oh, he's following me. He's following me. Get up the ladder. Mr. Woofwoof asks, how did you do the sound design? Was it available assets or did you do a lot of recording? I did no recording. Dreams does allow you to record 15-second clips and upload them. I used the complete sample range of audio assets that the Dreams community and Media Molecule, the creators of Dreams, made available themselves. So essentially, this is all just stock audio. But you have a lot of audio processing tools baked into Dreams that allows you to manipulate them. So you can actually one sound asset can be taken, and it can actually be made into something completely different. I'm not gonna mess around. I'm just gonna go get this shortcut unlocked. No, I need to kill him first, otherwise he's gonna kill me on that elevator. Yeah, so you can have like a stock sound, but with the audio tools that you're given, you can actually make it sound very like unique. You can get multiple sounds out of it. One thing that some people have asked is full voice acting. I've had loads of lovely people offer their talents. Is there a voice acting or empty? So there is no voice acting. I was just saying. Loads of lovely people have offered their talents to me to record audio. One thing I wasn't sure about is you have as I said, you have like gameplay, graphics, and audio limits or sort of budgets. One thing I wasn't sure about was if audio would eat up the gameplay as well, because I pretty much max Dreams out with how I've got everything going. I didn't know if I would be risking too much by adding in full voice acting. But again, with the PS5, if they unleash that power, that's something I would probably look to do in my next project. But yeah, so any of you aspiring voice actors out there, I may hit you up for the future on my next project. Okay, right. We are going to go fight the boss, and he's a toughie. Especially at my current level. What level? I am level 12. I have only ever fought this guy at level 16 or above, with other weapons and with the Necromancer's Skull relic. So, let's see. No, not that. I've got 7 onions. Well, I've got nothing else. So, let's see how we do. Damu, corrupted forest spirit. He hits really hard. Get out of there. Ow. One of the other cool things is because a lot of Dreams can be physics-based. As you see, like, he can smack you, and you will go like across the arena. Some people think that looks janky. I just kind of like it. Oh, I need to stop doing that. Oh, don't use all your stamina. Okay. We're doing okay, actually. Which is good, because, do you know what? I don't think I've ever... Oh, spoke too soon. I don't think I've actually played the game in this order before. Going from, like, doing the marsh, then going to the... Oh, no, that's a lie. I'm pretty sure I have, actually. I just don't like to, because it's harder. But it is possible. Which we're proving right now. Any of you that do end up playing the game, I'd love to know. I'd love to know what order you play the game in. Are there any gimmick bosses? Not really, you've got the Necromancer. Now the Necromancer himself is actually, oh damn it, he caught me. The Necromancer himself is actually a fairly basic enemy, but he summons other enemies. He summons mobs around him, so you do have to. So you're not just fighting one boss; you're fighting a couple of different enemies at once. You can see here he's actually the damage just gone into his second phase, which is kind of relentless because he gets super feisty. He wants to be up close and personal now that he's gotten rid of his axe, and he's also got this slope sort of like poison cloud that he'll emit. And you can see sort of like he's still got like that run and arm swipe, but then he's got like an extra move added onto it. Get away. Huh. Well, welcome, Calconics. So this is actually a game called Dreams, which is on PlayStation, which lets people make games. So I'm a huge Dark Souls fan. You can check out other videos on the channel, which I'm most famous for the Lego Dark Souls videos. About 2 years ago, I decided to make my own Souls-like game in Dreams on my own. And we are now celebrating its launch. It came out on Thursday. So thank you for joining. I hope you stick around. Ask any more questions if you have any. Oh my god, I might actually kill him. Yeah, so if you have a PlayStation, Dreams is like, I think it's like $20 or $30. And there's literally thousands of games that other people have made in there. I think there's a couple of other Souls-likes in there. Mr. Woodford, yeah, remember Dark Souls? Yeah, Lego Dark Souls. Yeah, Lego Dark Souls was actually one of the reasons I decided to make this, because what people don't know, a lot of people didn't know, is that Lego Dark Souls was built in a Lego game called Lego Worlds. You have an old PS4 from 2014. It will work on that. The frame rate might be a bit poor. It would be like if any of you ever played Dark Souls 1 on the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. I do have a couple of areas that can run like Blighttown does. So yeah, but you could play it on a PS4. Yeah, so Lego. One of the biggest things I got from people with Lego Dark Souls was, I really want to play that. The thing was, that wasn't possible in Lego Worlds. By the way, we've got this really cool new relic. It's the medallion. It will heal you, so that's cool. All right. The real question now is, do we go to the Black Fort? How long have we been streaming? An hour and 20 minutes, so we've got a while yet. Yeah, do we go straight to the Black Fort, or do I go take on the Necromancer? I might go do the... Sorry, excuse me. That was gross. I might go and do the Necromancer, actually, because now I'm quite... how many swamp areas are there? There is Kalen's Marsh, which is a swamp, and then you've got the Pit of the Dead, which is another misty area, which you could say that's a bit... That's kind of Blighttown-y. It doesn't have any poison gas though, so I don't know if that counts. Do you know what? I'm also going to do that to improve our cooldown, because I actually had to put a pretty heavy cooldown on this medallion, because just to make sure I kept the game balanced, because you have three different with the medallion, the onions, and what was that? To the Black Fort. Oh no, sorry, the Black Fort. That's me slurring my words. The Black Fort is the sort of next sort of primary story location we have to head to. But yeah, so I had to balance the medallion, because you have Celestial Light, which you can level up to having 10 uses. You've also got onions, foul onions, which you can use to regain your health. And so having a medallion that you could having another item that could heal you could potentially just mean that you were just healing constantly and it could just sort of break the game a little bit. So it's got a more aggressive cooldown on it. Okay, you're dead. Yeah, Black 4 meme. I'll have to check that out. Black 5. Okay. See, even though what level am I? I'm level 14. I'm about the normal level I come in here to fight these guys. Yeah, when I designed them, I didn't actually intend for them to be more deadly than that's it, you're gone. I didn't intend for them to be more dangerous than the Wendigo / Leshy enemy, but they actually did becoming much more, as I say, annoying. Okay, so I've got 2 questions there. I'll answer Summon the Horse first from Ranger Man. No, the horse is limited to the Forsaken Road, and that was by design, because being able to have the horse at any time. 1, there's no combat on the horse, and horse combat would have been a whole other thing. And 2, designing levels around having the horse as well would be a lot of work. So I decided against that. The second question was, how does Dreams work? So I'm going to break the game quickly. This is what you see when you make Dreams. Okay, so you get like a blank canvas. This would be literally, before I started, this is what you'd have. And then you've got all this stuff here. These are all sort of like little bit what they call logic or gadgets, and you use them to make your gameplay systems. So you can see here, this is a peek behind the curtain. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this, so this is spoilers now for everyone watching. See, there's L's. So yeah, all this. Right. Yeah, and anyway, people use that and make and share lots of things. Dreams isn't just making games. Dreams has actually got a really powerful music processor in it, so people can use that to create music. People use it just to do it as a sculpting tool, so they can make sculptures. What's my health? What's my essence like? Yeah, yeah, they use loads of things. Do you know what? It's not that bad. So I've got a lot of questions coming through now. Someone else, Mr. Warforth added a question, so I'll just answer that. Do you have magic like sorcery, pyro, miracles? That was something I could not fit into Dark Essence 1. It's something that I am working on in a prototype for my next project. That actually has a full magic suite, like 8 different spells that you can use with magic staffs. In Dark Essence, we have relics. So there's 5 or 6 relics, 5 I think, and they do various different sort of magical things. Right, so that was that, and then the next question was, I love the idea, but this sounds horrible to make games on PlayStation. Yeah, so one of the things is it makes use of the motion controls in the PlayStation controller. And so you are actually able to do, like, once you get used to it, you are actually able to do a lot more than you think you could normally do with just like a standard controller. So, for example, you wouldn't be able to do some of this stuff on Xbox as easily because they don't have motion controllers if Dreams ever came out on Xbox, which it won't. It would be cool if it did. Yeah. I mean, it's not ideal. I mean, working with a mouse and a keyboard would be really cool, and it'd be great if Dreams could come to PC at some point. But yeah, people can make incredible things with Dreams, and also you can sculpt with their motion controllers as well, the PlayStation Moves. Some of the best sculptors use those actually. Ranger Man asked, can people edit the game if they play it, or is it only available to you? So, as the creator, you do have a choice of how your creations are played and used. And so, yeah, currently no one can actually edit this. If I chose to make some of it available, I could, so people could see it. The only problem with that is, specifically if I was to release something, if I was to say release like a level of Dark Essence for dreamers to look at, it would take them ages to because I built it like myself, and so it would take forever for them to try and work out how it all works. So like I haven't actually, I never built it for other people to look at and use. So like nothing, like things are not labelled correctly. Things like systems are built on top of systems that may not make sense when other people look at it. So yeah, but yeah, right now no. But people make loads of stuff that they share with everyone. Like oh god, that was close. And then if someone does use your one of your creations, you will get credited for it on their dream. So I did not make 100% of Dark Essence. I have used. Oh crap! He's gonna eat me. I have used some community assets and some community logic items. So those people actually get credited when you go into like the dream details. So, Mr. Whitworth, could you use a mouse and keyboard on it, or at least a keyboard? So yes, you can use keyboards on Dreams with PS5 for typing stuff. I don't. I do it the really slow way, where I use the keypad that comes up on the on Dreams, and I use the controller. But yeah, you can if you're writing lots. So if you're naming different pieces of logic and gadgets. It can like a lot of the professional dreamers or pro dreamers, they do tend to have keyboards. I do not though, because I'm silly. So we are in the Pit of the Dead. This actually leads to one of my favourite areas, which is the Desecrated Tomb. Pit of the Dead was one of the first areas I conceptualised. And if you go back into the videos, you can actually see the original Dark Essence open world test, I think it was called, where you can see that originally I had Kaelin's Marsh and I had the Pit of the Dead sat within the Forsaken Road, but they were a fraction of the size that they are now. That's because I made them their separate scenes, which was the best decision I ever made. And that decision was actually driven by how good the Desecrated Tomb was, because that was a separate scene, and I was like, this is the way I need to make this. This is so much better. So that was I think that was about a year ago I did that. Maybe it was like summer last year. Because this was the annoying thing, because I remember saying on that video, like, oh guys, I'm getting really close to finishing Dark Essence, like this time last year, and then I was like, hey guys, remember I said it was almost finished? Well, I decided to do a complete redesign, which has set me back 8 months, and actually I was kind of quite right about almost right about the time. I originally wanted to come out in January, but I had to do a lot more testing. Even now, I'm not claiming that this is bug free. People have found bugs. I mentioned earlier at the start of the stream. Some people have experienced a really, really frustrating bug. For me personally, which is oh, thank you, Eli. That's really nice of you to say. Thank you. Yeah, so there's this bug that people have just once. I've never ever had it, where when they leave the Forsaken Road for the first time, So this has happened when someone's gone into Kaelin's Marsh, or they've gone into the Pit of the Dead. The game awards them 25,000 essence, which breaks the entire. Well, it doesn't. Someone who had it happen to him said it didn't break. They didn't feel like it broke the balance, but personally, I think it does break the balance. But yeah, and I've looked at it. I'm not saying a bad workman blames his tools, which is a British saying. I don't know if that's if other countries know that saying. I have to conclude that it's dreams. I think there's two things happening. There's two potential things that it could be. In dreams, you can only save a certain amount of player data. They're saved in what's called persistent variables, and you can only have 128 of them. Now, my game is big. It's 15 areas, 40 weapons and items. I use pretty much every persistent variable that I can. I max it out. And what I think that's done is, I'm not sure, I'd have to talk to someone at Media Molecule, but I'm wondering if someone is playing other dreams at the same time as mine, I'm wondering if it's having trouble saving all that data. So that's one. Oh crap, it's going to kill me. The other possibility is, the way Dreams works is you don't download, you still download the games. Yes, Eli, Dark Souls, I'm a massive Dark Souls fan. If you check out the channel after the stream, I'm known for making the Lego Dark Souls videos, where I remade part of the Dark Souls 1 in Lego, in a game called Lego Worlds. I love From Software. I'm a massive fan of Hidetaka Miyazaki, who's the creator and lead designer of Dark Souls. I didn't make this as a rip-off. I made it as a pure passion project. Yeah, which one's my favourite? I'll get to that in just a sec. I'll just finish this thought about that bug. The only other thing I can think of is, the way Dreams works is, you don't download a whole dream when you go to play it. What happens is, when you select a dream, the game will download that first part that you need, and then if you continue to play more of it, it will download more of it as you go between it. So when you go between scenes, it will download the next scene that you need, and that will introduce a pause. I wonder if that is also what's causing the bug. I don't know for sure, but as I said, there's no reason I can find with my logic that would be causing that issue. What is my favourite From Software? We're going to say Dark Souls or From Software game, because for me it always comes down to between Dark Souls 1, and that is because that was the first Dark Souls I played, and Bloodborne. And actually both for pretty much the same reason. I think the world design in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1 is just top tier. I have a painting actually that sort of shows you pretty much the entire overworld of Dark Souls 1. And you can just see, I like just looking at it now and then, plotting the journey that we all took as we explored that world. And then Yharnam as well in Bloodborne. Again, it's just so well put together and designed. It's just a constant inspiration for me. I love Dark Souls 3 as well, and I need to finish Sekiro. And one of my friends were playing Dark Souls 2 as like a co-op experience, but we ended up sort of like getting behind, and then we didn't finish that. So I do need to finish Dark Souls 2 as well. And then obviously I'm looking forward to whatever Elden Ring is when we see Elden Ring. Oh, he's gonna don't kill me. So just catch up on chat.
So Eli, I've seen the Lego Dark Souls quote content. You're extremely talented. Thank you very much. How long did it take you to get to this point?
It's about 2 years to make Dark Essence 1. I keep saying Dark Essence 1 because I've mentioned I may be doing a sequel. It's taken 2 years to make this. I would say most of that first year was just like prototyping and trying to make things in Dreams. Because when Dreams first came out, everyone was still like trying to work out how to make stuff. Like now, like you can actually I can't remember the creator's name, but someone's made an actual Souls like a Souls kit, so you can just sort of make your own Souls experience if you want it quickly. Whereas I had to build all my systems individually and sort of test them and make them work.
So that took a long time. Ranger, yeah, 2 has its charm.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I especially liked. Do you know what? I forgot to mention Demon Souls. That was really nasty of me. I played Demon Souls as well. I'm actually playing. I played it. I haven't actually finished Demon Souls either. I'm a real scrub now. I'm revealing my true credentials as a Souls fan. I played it on PS3, but I've got it on PS5 as well. But I need to, now that I've finished Dark Essence, I can actually go and play some games, which would be great. Fry R. Funden asks, how can we play DE? Dark Essence is available on PS4, PS4 Pro, and PS5 through a piece of software called Dreams. Dreams is like a platform where people can make loads of creative things. It's not that expensive. It's like $20 to $30, and there's literally thousands of games on there that people have made. There's loads of talented people on there, far more talented than me, and they've made some incredible things. But yeah, if you have a PlayStation, you can do that and
play Dark Essence. So I want Rangeman wants to get a PS5 so bad for Bloodborne and Demon Souls.
Yeah, Bloodborne one. Right, it'd be great if Bloodborne could get a patch. I'm usually in the camp of saying that it will never get a patch because I think From Software are just too busy with Elden Ring to be able to go in and do a patch. Some people are working on maybe doing an unofficial patch, but that's kind of hard to get onto a retail PlayStation, one that's not running like dev code. And then the other annoying thing is PS5s are really hard to get hold of. As I said earlier, like I was really happy I kept my pre-order in the end because I got a pre-order on a PS5 when they became available, and I ummed and ahed on it because I got an Xbox Series X as well, but I ummed and ahed on the PlayStation 5 because and the thing that swung it for me was I was working on a PS4 Pro, and my PS4 Pro sounded so loud when I was working on Dreams or just doing anything on my PlayStation 4 Pro. And I was just like, if this thing goes,
over here,
I'm not going to be able to get a PS5. So literally my work would stop. So I did it as an investment.
Eli asked, Dark Souls 1 was always my favourite in the series. Which one did you say was your favourite?
Dark Souls 1 usually just pips Bloodborne for me as my favourite Souls game. And it mainly does that because it was my first Souls game. So like it always holds a special place in my heart. Beating Smaug and Ornstein for the first time. And here's a funny story. I played through the entire game without parrying because I didn't know, because I'd missed that and I didn't know how to do it. And it wasn't until I got to Gwyn and I realised, oh, you need to parry this guy. And then and I was like, oh my god. The other thing was, I didn't understand how the whole concept of humanity and using the bonfire and doing the bonfires, where you what is it? It's not reinforce the bonfires. I've forgotten the word it is, but where you put the bone shards into the fire, and then it will go, and then the bonfire will then give you 10 Estus rather than 5. I didn't know. I didn't know that when I played it for the first time. So it's things like that that make me love Dark Souls 1 so much. Yes, Patch's cousin Paphos. That was. Yeah, he's a right git trapping us like that. Don't worry. If you find him later on, you can take your revenge. A range man asked if I've played Sekiro. I have played Sekiro, and I didn't finish it. I'm very close to the end though. Sekiro, unlike a Souls, like a Dark Souls or Bloodborne, that is so hard to pick back up if you've dropped it, like, for a while. Like, it's really tough because it's a completely different way of playing the game. It's just pure aggression and all the parrying. Yeah, Eli, exactly. Yeah, it's got that. Dark Souls 1 just has that nostalgia factor for me. I really wish that the remaster that they did was on the level of the Demon Souls remaster. Because the Demon Souls remaster looks amazing. It kind of upsets me that Dark Souls 1 didn't get that love. Oh yeah, Mr. Whiffliff beating. Oh, that's impressive, beating him without that. Oh, you had Solaire there, Ranger Man. Oh, that's good. Because you have to, like, keeping Solaire alive is a bit of a mish. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, yeah, when he gets there, he's like, damn you, Gwyn, for lying to me about everything. Go on. Oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna... Small cheese. Woo! And you. Woo! Ha-ha! Yeah, agree, Mr. Wolfworth. Yeah, it's so hard to get back into Sekiro if you drop off of it. I will make an effort to do it. Grinded the humanities for the secret passage. Yeah. Yeah, what do? You have to give them to Quelina, don't you? And then she opens that door so you can actually get in there, and you're like, Solaire bro, sun bro, no, don't go in there. Don't have your head eaten by the sunlight parasite. Oh. Also, like let's all like remember our bro, Onion Boy, Sigmire. Always felt really sad when you find his body in the Ash Lake, and his daughter's there, and you're like, I'm sorry. I wish I could have saved him. Let me tell you a pure pain. When I played DS1 for the first time, I had 30 humanity, and I had no clue what it was. To give you the short end, I used them like I used Estus. Oh, no way, really? Did you play Hollow Knight or Salt and Sanctuary? I have not, Fry, and I really should. I've heard they're great games, and now that Dark Essence is out of the way, I am actually going to try and play some games. I want to try Hades instead. Oh, what's that? I think Mimaki said if. Yeah. So Shieldish, how to play this game? Do I need dreams, or is this a separate game? Unfortunately, you do need dreams to play Dark Essence. Dark Essence is built within Dreams. However, I would say it's worth it. Dreams is full of, there's literally thousands of games that other people have made. And so even if you don't enjoy Dark Essence, though I'm sure you will, no, not being too big-headed. If you, there'll be like loads of other stuff for you to try. And as I've mentioned, I am working on Project 2. At the moment. Oh my god, they both grabbed me. I'm so dead. Or am I? I live? No. I live? I'm dead. Hey, we haven't died in a while. That's pretty good. Yeah. So what's Salt and Sanctuary on, Woof? Is that on everything, is it? Oh, what was that, Eli? No? Yeah, F, yeah.
Cool. I want to try Hades. That's supposed to be quite good. Oh, these guys just everywhere. Everywhere. I think we had a lot of essence as well, so definitely want to try and get back to that. Don't want to lose that. What level are we? Still level 14? 15. Oh, okay. I'll tell you another one I tried, which was Ashen. I was really looking forward to that. And then, no offense against the devs, because it's really cool, but it was just something about the combat for me didn't click with me. Okay, Eli. Hopefully, see you back in a minute. But yeah, Ashen was weird. There was just something about the combat that just didn't click with me. The rest of it was really cool, and it had an interesting co-op mechanic as well. I'd recommend checking it out. Maybe you guys would find the combat okay for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Hades going up against everyone else. I love it when indies do that. Oh, thank you, Shieldus. I really appreciate that. If you do get a PS4 and get Dark Essence, I hope you enjoy it. Like everything, you'll need to you'll need to spend some time getting used to how I've got the combat set up. It does feel Souls-ish, or as close to Souls as I could get it. But yeah, I hope you get a chance to play it. That'd be great. I'm just gonna get past these guys. We're already a high level for this area, so. But yeah, so I should just say, because I mentioned it before on our way here, this is the Desecrated Tomb. This was the level that convinced me to expand the scope of Dark Essence. It was one of the ones I actually designed on paper as well, and it was kind of like this intricate series of tunnels and connected corridors, and it's got shortcuts and stuff on it. And because previously what I was trying to do was I was almost trying to build like an open world game, and Dreams is great. I think that's one step beyond what Dreams can do, is having an actual open world game, with a reasonably big open world. The Desecrated Tomb convinced me to here I can show you. Convinced me to branch everything off into different scenes. So levels are contained within a scene. So this is the Forsaken Road here, and then we went to the Pit of the Dead. Now we're in the Desecrated Tomb. So what is my preferred build? I'm sort of like a bit of a. I tend to just spec into strength. I just get I like to get a big sword and smash people with it. That's generally how I play it. We've got a few questions coming through. Hang on, I don't want to trigger the boss just yet. He's just chilling over there. Once we drop in, we will activate him. But yeah, I tend to play quite I'm a melee player, so I get a big sword, get a big shield, and do it and play like that. How do you go about designing 3D levels this size on paper? Is it one layer per page, kinda? Yes, generally. I mean, I tend to work out of a notebook, so it's not really A4 size. But also, as I said earlier, some levels I build in a 3D space because I just find it easier. So, for example, that's the Necromancer's Stronghold. That has no paper design. That I built in a 3D world because I found it easier to sort of move and navigate around it. It also helps you if you're trying to make shortcuts, and the way in classic Souls level design they sort of double back on themselves. So that what else was that? Fry asked if there's an underwater level or a swamp. Yes, we've got Kalen's Marsh, which we did earlier on the stream. Hi, welcome back, Eli. Good to have you back. So there is technically technically an underwater level. You are underwater. You are under. You're under some water, but you're not in the water, if you know what I mean. Great Swords, my way to go. Yep, Ludwig's Holy Blade in Dark Souls. Sorry, in Bloodborne. That was my weapon. Or Spin to Win with the Great Axe. Right, let's get this guy. I'm going to quickly activate my... quickly activate my medallion. Give me the heal. This guy's going to be a chump. Because I'm quite high level now for this area. No, I haven't read Berserk, and I do want to take a look at it. What was that as well? So you've made this game on the PS4? Yes, Eli. It does run on the PS4. Now, I have been told by a few people that the frame rate in a couple of levels can drop. We're talking like, I've made a Soulsborne game, so it wouldn't be a Soulsborne game if I didn't have something running like Blighttown did on the 360 and the PS3. That was my best intentions was to make it run really well on the PS4. I don't even max out of what it says that is the max, but it did anyway. So it's annoying. I'm looking at what I can do to try and improve it for people. But if you have a PS4 Pro, it'll run great. It should run okay. If you've got a PS5, it runs at 60 FPS. Right, let me just quickly heal up. I've got to miss some questions here. You have read Berserk? Yeah, I haven't, but I want to. Shieldish, how many hours did this project take you to make? Tamba Tomasio, looking good. Thank you. Appreciate that. So it took me 2 years to make this, and I don't want to know how many hours I put into it. A lot is what I would say. So I have a full-time job. In fact, it's technically more than a full-time job. I'm on flexi time, so sometimes I'm answering emails late into the night. I try to fit work in where I can. My girlfriend Chloe was incredibly supportive of this. As I said as well, Dreams was kind of like the perfect outlet for 2020. The horrible year that we all had. Thanks, Eli. Appreciate that. I hope you get a chance to play it. It's just something I can pour my love of Souls games and other games as well. The hub area, Forsaken Road, is kind of inspired by Ocarina of Time. So there are other influences from other games that I love in this. Melon Cat. I don't have a PS4 or a PS4 Pro or PS5, but I've been following this since the Lego Day. Really wish I could actually check this out. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I wish you could too. I'm a strong advocate that Media Molecule and PlayStation should put Dreams on PC. I think it would give the game a whole new lease of life. I think it would just unleash the creativity of a load more people, and I just think it personally it would be a net positive for this. And it would mean that you don't have to have a PlayStation to play all these great experiences that loads of people have made in Dreams. One also quick note on this boss fight. He used to be able to knock you. See how he knocks me like that? He used to be able to knock you off the bridge. But, after... That's a bug! No, he's doing his head. There you go, done. After playtesting, I found it was really... it was just unfair. Just him knocking you off of this bridge was just kind of unfair. So I took it out. Well, I didn't take it out, I blocked it off so you can't be knocked off. A couple of others. Ranger Man, do you think of accessibility or difficulty more than the other? I didn't want it to be too hard. But I think, everyone has different levels of skills with games no matter what. And the other thing is, if you've played Soulsborne games, Souls-like games, you're going to have a leg up in this game. If you don't, I think people are going to struggle, because Soulsborne games and Souls-like games, they're not for everyone. You know, not every game has to be for everyone. I did it. My objective was I wanted to make an homage to Souls-likes. I did this for my own enjoyment. I've said before, if just one person enjoyed playing this, that was enough for me. But I'm glad that we've had over 100 people try the game out. In terms of accessibility, again, like we've all shared stories here about how we missed so much on our first playthroughs of Dark Souls and other Souls games, and I wanted to preserve that. So, I have had comments from a few people saying I couldn't equip the sword, and one person said it was a bug, and I looked at it and was like, oh, it's not a bug. It's just you didn't know how to do it with my inventory, which. And that's fair criticism, but I also don't want to change it because, well, one, I can't change it because it's the amount of work to change this inventory system is not inconsequential. It's massive amount of work, and has to be rolled out across the entire game. I was like, I'm going to stick to my guns. I think that's part of the quirk and charm of the Souls-like game. It doesn't hold your hand, and it asks you to do a bit more. In fact, I actually went one step further. You see here, I give you an actual control layout. I couldn't find that that's not as readily available in other Souls games. Cool, so what else we got? Dreams, Melon Cat Dreams seems fantastic, Dark Essence or not. Yeah, it really is great. In which country do you live? I am from the UK. Where are you from? Would you think about working with another engine like Unity or Unreal? Yeah, so that's been mentioned. I actually did sort of muse the idea of going to Unreal after this. The thing is, I'd have to learn. Like that's another learning curve right there, and I think I'm gonna do another project in Dreams, because now that I know I think I can knock my next project out in about a year, because I know like what I'm doing now. I can make things really quickly. I'm also gonna sort of use a few more community assets, I won't have to make, because sculpting, obviously, like making enemies and environment art, like that takes a lot of time. Like asset generation is like a real time sink. And then I'll see. I mean, the benefit would be like I could actually sell a game, but I've not done this for money really. I've done it. Like I said, I've done it for my own enjoyment. But I mean, and the other thing is, like, if I did go to another engine, it would limit me to just PC, unless I would look into publishing it on a console, and then that's a whole other can of worms. Melon Cat, Unity, Unreal, entirely different beasts. Yeah, good game so far. I'm criticise it's too dark at some points. Keep up the good work. Yeah, this is probably this is the darkest level, and it's kind of intended that way. Gundentag. Gundentag, right. This. Oh no, he's killed me. He's killed me. I was just about to get the shortcut as well. That was poor. That was really poor. That was a poor death. Also, like, I don't know, because I'm playing on like on a HDR TV. I don't know if that's if like, I know that YouTube's compression isn't the best anyway, so I wonder. You guys, it might be darker than it actually is for you guys. I know that when I was watching SpandyTube, who's a streamer on Twitch, check him out. He's really good. He's a supporter of the channel, and he played through the game for me, or at least half the game, and gave me found a few bugs and stuff, which was great. he was playing on a base PlayStation, so I don't think he was playing in HDR, and it was a lot brighter. So, so obviously, if you're playing in HDR on a HDR TV, it wouldn't look as dark as those who are watching a HDR stream, if you know what I mean. Oh God, don't die! I'm open the shortcut. Okay, sorry, just checking chat. Dreams is what makes this interesting and neat. Thanks, Meloncat. Yeah, again, so this, that was something else. I was like, I'm going to make a full game in Dreams. I've had my head so down completely. I haven't really seen a lot of what other people have made in Dreams. I mean, Dark Essence, I'm expecting people to be on like 8 to 10 hour playthroughs. I don't know if there's another game in Dreams that's that big. And that wasn't intentional per se, but I was just challenging myself. You know, I love games. When I was a young kid, I used to like draw Sonic levels and Mario levels. It's something that I always loved, and Dreams really gave me the opportunity to do something, and I just wanted to, like I said, I made the project for myself, and if people enjoy it, that's great, but it was just an outlet for me, and I made what I wanted to make. Eli, is the code really complicated in Dreams? Fascistic viewpoints. Thank you for that. I really appreciate your feedback. Eli, short answer is yes. Short answer is no. Unclear answer is sort of. You can make what I'd say is there's loads of great YouTubers out there in the Dreams community that two people that I credit as being partly responsible for me being able to make Dark Essence is Neon the Coder, they're on YouTube, and Acert, which is Aecert. Without those guys and their tutorial videos, I wouldn't have got anywhere near that. I mean, you can see my well, even then, in the demo that's on the Dreams, it's so basic compared to this. But yeah, without them, I couldn't have done it. But it's trial and error. Don't get me wrong, it's really stressful, and it was probably I'll be honest, I was too ambitious with this. Making a game of this size, my first Dreams project, I should have started small. But that's what most people do. You bite off a lot more than you can chew, and I mentioned this to a friend of mine who's on Twitter, who's also a really prolific Dreams creator, Prince Laser. He's made some really cool stuff. He actually made a top sort of an isometric Souls-like. I got loads of people played that on Dreams. I sort of said to him, I've had so many personal projects in the past where I never finished them, and I was determined that Dark Essence was going to be the one. I was like, I'm going to finish this. And even through the nights of stressing out and going through the code, trying to work out what was wrong. Why isn't something working? It should be working. Why isn't it working? Debugging. It was worth it in the end. But yeah, I would recommend give it a go. I mean, I'm happy to help anyone as well. With anything, any questions. I don't know why I've come down here because this shield isn't as good as the one that I've got. Oops. Right, bye guys. I'm going up here. It's a very good tool, and you could create something really cool in this. I think again it would be maybe start off smaller. I think that's probably what I should have done initially, but best laid plans and all. Cool. Just checking chat quickly. Miss Woof Woof. Publishing on console would be pretty tough. Yes. Play now. Watch the stream though. Do both. Shieldish, S Childish. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. Shieldish. What is your favourite area in the game? So that is there's one or two. There's at least one. There's at least two, I think. We've just been through it, which was the Desecrated Tomb. As I said, the story behind that one is that area. I was so happy with how it turned out. I was inspired to almost sort of like, what did I say? I sort of, sorry, my words are failing me right now. I sort of reimagined how I was going to make the game, where I was like, this area is so good, I need to make the rest of the game like this. It was almost like a prototype level, really. It came off so well, I needed to make a lot more levels like it. Kalin's Marsh, I really like as well. I just love the poisonous swamp aesthetic. It's a classic Souls-like staple. So those two. This level's good. This area is good. It's one of the more frustrating levels, just because you can get punished. Like you going through creating it. You're battling your way up this giant castle, unlocking shortcuts, fighting off all these enemies, trying to make your way between the celestial trees, which is my equivalent for bonfires. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Well, those essences are gone. It's things like that. So yeah, and what else? And possibly some of the other Idril areas, which I'm hoping we get there. Oh, don't fall down there. Right, just checking chat quickly. Well done. Oh, thanks, Mr. Woodforth. I appreciate that. The lore seems pretty deep. Yeah, so someone asked me earlier in the stream, did I start making the game and then come up with the lore afterwards, or the other way around? And the truth is, 90% of the lore was done before I even started making the game, and that was because I created what's called a game design document, GDD, and that literally sort of had like the entire, like all the levels, all the areas, locations, all the weapons and items, everything. The game laid out on a page. Now, obviously, as I then implemented it, things changed. I did change some elements of lore based on what limits I had. Mimic. Ah! Yeah. And again, it features that it's as I'm an homage. It features that minimalist approach, sort of like a environmental / minimalist approach to storytelling. Oh God. No. Hey guys, remember when I said that I was a higher level than I normally do this area? Oh God. I've once heard people say when your creation turns on you and punishes you, it's Frankenstein's monster come to life. But the good news is we don't need to go in that room again. Yeah, I mean, you should always have a solid foundation to build off of, but then never be too attached to your. So I used to write. I never had a film made, but I used to be. I was like an aspiring scriptwriter at one point, and I worked on unproduced scripts for films, and one of the things I always kept in mind with that was, you have to be open to feedback. You have to be able to take constructive, you have to be able to take criticism, and you have to be able to take constructive criticism, and you have to be able to change what you've done, what you've created, based on that feedback. You can't be too precious about things. And I'd also apply that to when you've designed something. Don't be too attached to it. If it needs to go, if it doesn't work, then it's got to go. And that was something I said when I played the Desecrated Tomb that time during that review, and I realised that everything else I had built was not as good, I was like, right, it's got to go. I need to start from scratch. Kalen's Marsh, started it from scratch. Pit of the Dead, started it from scratch. What I'm doing with, well, I was going to say, what I'm doing with the new prototype isn't quite the same, but there's other reasons why I'm sort of starting from scratch with that one. And also the other thing is, as I said before, as you go through and build stuff, you'll get ideas for other things. Some things won't work, as I've mentioned before, but yeah. Okay, what level are we? Level 16. See, the one thing that's happened is because I'm a higher level than I normally am when I do this area, I'm not harvesting as much essence as I normally do, which means I'm actually probably going to end up like net being a lower level, having completed more areas of the game, which just means it's going to be more challenging. We like, isn't it? Right? These guys, they're not actually that bad. These guys. How long have we been going for? What time is it? Okay, we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And probably what we're going to do is, I might be a bit ambitious saying 15 minutes. I'm just going to say we're going to clear this area and go to what we're going to do. Oh, that is very dark. That shouldn't be that dark. There we go. Senor, why me? Yes, I too wish Dreams was on PC. I really wish it was. Yeah, so we'll go for about. Well, what we'll do is we'll get to the Executioner, because I'm very aware that this stream. Oh, good, nice. Thank you, Sheldon. We'll get to the Black Fort and try and get past the Executioner, because I'm very aware that I've only showed areas that that people have seen before. Oh no! Ow. Someone, I just missed a question. What was that? What would that be? It would. Yeah, sorry, I'm just taking a moment. Fry, I haven't played Neo. I've heard it's good though. I think, did they put Neo on PS5? Neo 1, I know, yeah, I would be backwards compat anyway. Little dudes remind me of Hollows. Yeah, sort of hollow to the extreme so that they're just bones. Is the player the only living human or other of their NPCs? Yes, there are other, it's very, very dark here. It shouldn't be this dark. I'm sure I set it up to be better than this. Yes, there are 3 other NPCs. You've got Solomon, who we met earlier. He's chilling at the ruined keep. We've got there you go. We've also got the merchant, who we rescued him. Did we rescue him? I think he just realised that I don't think he has any other shoppers. So, like, when we left the Kalen's Marsh, he came with us. Because he's like, keep buying my stuff. Keep selling me stuff. Yeah, oh, cool. Yeah, so, was that Senor, why? So was it difficult to make stuff with the controller? No, not that bad, because the PS4 and PS5 controllers have motion controls. So that actually gives you like a whole extra sort of method of input, which is really helpful, especially for the 3D modelling aspect that Dreams allows you to do. Certainly from the point of view with with making the logic, yeah, that there's nothing stopping you from making logic work in Dreams by using the controller. It'd be interesting to see what a PC version would do with mouse and keyboard. Oh, thanks, Eli, about the Patreon idea. So, yeah, that's interesting. I think the thing there is, The thing there is, I'm very close. This is an homage. It's a fan project, but it is very close to being like to a Dark Souls game. And I feel like asking people for money might send the wrong impression. I mean, I get ad rates from YouTube, so that there's a little something for me there. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just happy sharing stuff with everyone when I have it. But for me, that's the best thing. You know, going back to, like, as I said, like I used to. Oh God, damn, that was close. Almost had me off the platform. Like I said, I previously I worked as a screenwriter, but none of my work ever actually ended up making it to the screen, and you know, that's very disappointing. So one of the things I loved when I made Lego Dark Souls was just how much people enjoyed watching it. And then, as I said, like the comments from people were, "I wish I could play this." And then that was just okay. Like, let's do that then. Let me make it so you can play. Let me do something that you can play. So just having people enjoy it's enough for me. Thanks. There was another question there. Ranger Man, are there covenants? No, there are not. That is again something that I will look at. That is something I would look at with the prototype. I think the thing there is, I wasn't able to really provide any. Like we've got 3 NPCs. There's technically 2 side quest lines. No, there's more than that actually. It's something I'd have to look at, but it'd be more. It would need more work, and it wasn't something that I could fit into this and still have it launch on Dreams. Thanks, Eli, and thanks, Sinuai. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sinuai. Can you do multiplayer in Dreams? So, I believe they are working on it. This is Elsbeth, by the way. She's one of the NPCs. Just going to talk to her quickly. Multiplayer is something they're working on, and it'd be great. But as any game developer would tell you, like as soon as you add a multiplayer component to something, everything will just break, and it will. You're essentially having to make it all work again, but with 2 players. And then you've got the balancing aspect as well. And then I think I would say with Dreams, I imagine the reason why it hasn't come to Dreams yet is because they probably want to make it. I'm going to speculate here. I think they only want it on PS5 because, like, I think you would, me being conservative, I say you'd easily lose 50% of all of your budgets if you have a second player, because you're essentially having to make everything twice for the second player. Like, probably, or maybe not. I don't know. I wonder if they're just having performance troubles, because the PS3 is what, 8 years old now, and even then, the PS3 and the Xbox One, they weren't state of the art when they came out. The PS5 and the Series X are actually they are very well put together machines, for when they come out. Whereas PS4 and Xbox One weren't powerful enough when they came out, and so now, like, they're, the fact that they've been able to make something like this run on a PS4 is a miracle anyway. I mean, as I said, Project 2 is going to be PS5 only. If they add multiplayer to PS5 and PS5's got all this extra power, I could look at it, but it's not something I'm gonna guarantee. Right, Necromancer boss. Let's get him done. So I've actually never fought him with the medallion. So I hope I haven't got any bugs. No, don't think so. Cool. There was a really annoying bug for a while where one specific enemy type, you could the medallion would heal them as well. So I was like, why are you doing that? I worked it out. It's because one part of the enemy was labelled as a friend, so it was because the medallion will heal any friendly friendly sort of entity that it comes into contact with. Oh god, almost dead. So it was like this enemy's one arm would get healed, and it was really annoying. But luckily, it looks like the necromancer is rigged up correctly. I can't remember who asked it, but someone asked if there were any gimmick bosses in Dark Essence, and I think he is the closest, I would say, because he's got this thing where he'll summon 2 enemies to come and annoy you. Oh, I've been playing Valheim as well. It's the one other game that I've been playing. Yes, I had a bug where I died and I lost all my stuff. And that was really annoying. So I lost the iron axes and everything. Oh god, this is a joke. I've got a lot of questions coming through and I'm trying to fight this guy. This is cool. Senor Wei, me went to learn to make games. All I've learned was to code and 3D print, but I really dude, that's great that you learn that. Like, anyone can learn. Anyone can learn to do this. Like you give it a go. As I said, there's a great community out there on Dreams where they'll help you, and people have made like loads of systems. As I said, there's actually the characters are called puppets. And someone's already made in the time I've been working on this, someone actually made an actual Souls puppet. It's actually better than mine. I'm probably going to use it for prototype too, because for basically I'll say like I'm making everything from scratch because I have a lot of legacy code. Well, it's not code, but I've got a lot of legacy stuff with Dark Essence that takes up a lot of space on my PlayStation because you're limited to 1 gigabyte of space. That'd be great if Media Molecule could raise that as well. But so I have to once I've finished patching any bugs that people find in Dark Essence, I'll be archiving it off of my PlayStation. And the thing is, if I wanted to use anything I've built in Dark Essence, it would have to be you'd have to. The way Dreams works is, if I pulled something into another project, I have to pull every other creation that one thing's been a part of, where it's come from. So yeah. Sorry, Nito be like, yeah. Man, local co-op would actually be an amazing idea, but there would be problems implementing things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, heard of that. I had a bug where. Oh, that sounds cool. You became a bird or other things in Valheim. That doesn't sound like a bug. That sounds like a feature to me. You just became. Maybe you were just warging into things like in Game of Thrones. Oh, damn. That was very lucky that I just ate that onion then. He would have killed me. Right, I need to stop messing around and take these guys down. Medallion. Yeah, I'll have to tell my mates, because we have a server where we've got a whole like town built and everything. They'll love that. Okay, right. Right, the way Dreams works is you have a dream, which is that's basically like a container. It contains your other thing, which is scenes, and then you have what is the word? I've totally forgotten what the word is. So you have scenes, and then you have the other thing, which is creations, I think it's called, or something else. But anyway, you can't import a scene into a scene. So if you make something in a scene, it's trapped in there. You have to save it as a creation, and then creations can then be imported into scenes. Now, if you make a creation and you bring it to a scene, When that scene is uploaded, that creation is uploaded with it. Now, if you then, you can remix a scene where you take it, you copy it, and then you can make changes to it. Now, when that remixed scene is updated, it also has to upload the legacy scene and the creation. So what you get is you get this legacy build-up of all this stuff. Now, where I made loads of really crap... I didn't know this when I first got onto Dreams, so I was doing loads of bad stuff all the time. I was like remixing creations and copying stuff over and stuff like that. So I have got loads of legacy stuff that comes with Dark Essence that makes it so big. And that's one of the things I'm doing with Dark Essence, well, with Project 2. I might as well just call it Dark Essence 2. What I'm doing with the other project is I'm going to try and be a lot more refined. I'm going to try and have a proper workflow, because that's what it was. I didn't have a workflow established. I didn't understand the Dreams workflow, which is the problem. And the thing is, it would literally mean restarting over. Now, maybe I'm wrong on this, and someone who's even more familiar with Dreams could correct me on it. I don't know if I could upload it to Dreams online, delete everything, and then re-download just that one piece on its own. But yeah. And the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to create a workflow where so the night puppet here and the systems exist as 15 instances across all 15 scenes within Dark Essence. Now, if I make a change to one, I have to roll that change out 15 times. Dreams does have a way to update your creation. So if you make, but that only works, I believe. Oh no! Oh God! It's because I'm talking. I need to concentrate. That only works if you don't make the changes within the scene. So you have to keep everything sort of like contained. That's something I'll be doing with Project 2. Oh, it's not your fault, guys. I just need to, the classic, get good. I beat this guy regularly with on a much lower level than what I am. Not even with this weapon either. We're going to get serious now. After I pick up my souls. Or essence. It's 700 essence, I can't lose that. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, keep the questions coming. We'll finish this guy. Like I said, I want to get you guys to the Black Fork. That's actually... But essentially, I've shown half of the game on the channel in the past as I've developed it. I haven't actually shown the other half of it. And I'd really like to show it. Right, these guys are good. This boss was really, as you can imagine, because of what he does, like summoning other entities, it was actually really hard to sort out. It is rigged as well, so that enemies the skeletons will disappear after a certain amount of time. The maximum he can ever have spawned at once is 4. So this is available on PS4, PS4 Pro, and PS5. I have been told, and I've seen a little bit, that performance in a couple of levels isn't the best on the normal PS4, but it should be okay on PS4 Pro. On PS5 it runs at 60 frames per second. Dreams is not touching anywhere near the amount of power that the PS5 has. One of our friends, SpandyTube, who he streamed the game yesterday. He's playing on base PS4. He said it was okay. It was playable. I would equate it to, if you're familiar with Souls games and you played them back in the day, it's a Blighttown situation from PS3, Xbox 360. and it's annoying because Dreams gives you budgets. It gives you a gameplay budget, which is basically processing. It gives you a graphics budget and an audio budget. Now, Dark Essence is designed to never go above 90% gameplay limit. So there's always a 10% overhead that it's not using, but apparently that's still not enough on the base PlayStation for a few levels. I don't know what I can do about that, because that comes down to how many enemies I have spawning in the levels, and I'm really happy with sort of like the enemies I have at the moment. I did make one change to the Pit of the Dead. I did remove one enemy from one area there, because I felt like I had to try and improve it a little bit there. Also, it was that one enemy there was it was a bit of an annoying place. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hang on. I'm a bit worried, so I'm going to activate the medallion to give me the health reboost. Let's see if I can get in on him. Bam! Bam! That's it. Good. And just like that, we're down quite a few. See, they're hitting me and they're struggling because I am recovering thanks to the medallion. Oh, he's angry now. He's in it. He has like a sort of a small phase 2 where he gets this extra attack where he tries to smash it. Have I ever thought of recreating this game outside of Dreams? Probably a different engine. Yeah, so I don't know. So I don't know if I could have the stamina to remake a game I've already made, especially in a new engine that I'm not sure of. Do you know what? If some developers see this and they want to do it, I'd happily work with them on it, for sure. But as a one-man operation, I think it might be too much for me. I think I'd rather push forward with Project 2 in Dreams and try and do the stuff that I was unable to do in Dark Essence 1. Yeah. So we actually just got another relic, which is one of my favourite relics. No, I've not heard of that. Ashen box. Okay. I could try remaking it in Roblox. It's going to quickly level up here. I'm going to do stamina because we're off to fight the thingy boss. Oh, like sandbox. Okay. Oh, Gary's Mod 2. Do you know? That's something I haven't shared. I did actually used to make. I tried to make a mod in Half-Life. So I'm familiar with what was it? It was called World Hammer. Then it became Hammer. I don't know what they used for Source 2 though, because I did like I basically, so you know how in like, if any of you have played Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 1, I was working on a mod that was kind of inspired by Opposing Force and Blue Shift. Hammer editor, okay, cool. It was kind of like the idea, so if any of you remember in Half-Life 2, you go to, what was it called? They call it Black Mesa East. And I had the, like, what the idea of the mod was is that you were just a normal resistance fighter. And you're there when the Combine attack, so you have to escape that, and then you go and off and do stuff. And then, where in Half-Life 2, when Alex and Gordon go through the portal at Nova Prospect, and they lose like a week of time, I was actually going to have you sort of see the uprising that happens while you're sort of like trapped in the portal. But that was whilst I was at uni, and as you can imagine, I had to finish my degree. That took precedent at the time. Also, Halo 3 came out, and other games, and they distracted me as well. But yeah, I mean, so that'd be interesting. Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, so this is a Pit of the Dead for those for those of you joining who didn't see it earlier. Oh, okay. Unreal and Source. Interesting. I mean, yeah, as long as they can let you import things like from Maya files and stuff. Oh, these girls. Bam. Oh no. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, moron. I always go back and forth about whether I like them as an enemy. I think they're cool visually. It's just they've got that when they got that grab attack. Like they'll do like a cumulative 90 damage. So if they get you when you're full health, you're alright. But if you've lost a bit of health and then they grab you, like that's it. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting and also worrying at the same time, Senor, asking me why. And the reason I'll say that is because when you start creating tools like that, publishers and developers get a bit upset because you're taking copyright content and you're doing stuff with it. Like mods, I'm a big fan of modding and the modding community. So I think the challenge would just be there is if someone, let's say someone takes like a level from another game, drops in there, makes some changes, packages it up and then re-releases it as a game that they can sell, then you've got problems. The same thing, Dreams has got the same issue. You can't make IP-related content well, you can, but if you make IP-related content, so for example, if you want to make a Sonic game in here, there was this apparently there was this really cool Warhammer 40k Space Marine game that someone made in Dreams. This is a team of people made in Dreams. I'm a massive fan of Warhammer 40k Space Marine, the video game. I thought it was a travesty that we never got a sequel to it. Anyway, apparently it was amazing. Really annoyed I never got to play it because it was up for like a week or two, then it got pulled down because Games Workshop said, sorry, you can't use the Warhammer 40k IP like that. So yeah, but you're right as well. PC is an open platform, so people can do whatever they want. It's much harder for our license holders to control what happens. Fry, I did play The Daughters of Ash. How far did I get? Well, number one, the first thing I did was I did take that ring, and then I removed that ring and got cursed, and so I was like, right, I'm starting again, because that was like, it's where it gives you, like, cuts your health down by like to one quarter or something, or 1/3, and you're like, ah, crap. I feel like, where did I get? I can't remember. I think I got to a boss. Oh, thanks, Ranger. Yeah, this is the Forsaken Road. So, yeah, we're fit. I think what those guys have said is Media Molecule told them you can re-release the Dream if you strip out all of the Games Workshop stuff. So they're basically just going to make their own thing, kind of like what I've done with Dark Essence. See this. I don't use any Dark Souls lore or anything like that. This is it. Dark Essence is its own thing, but it's clearly inspired by Dark Souls. So this is our final NPC for the area. This is Elsbeth. She's really important if you want to make the game a bit easier for yourself. She's given us all of this lore. Basically, Corinth bad. Give me essence. So you can give if you give Elsbeth Celestial Essence, which there's 5 in the game to find, you can level up your Celestial Light. So similar to how when you reinforce an Estus Flask. So you've only got 1, so you've only got 6. Oh yeah, I think I remember that mod. Wasn't there the other one as well, where didn't they take like the bones of Halo Online, that Russian version of the game, and then they were making, I remember SP3 as well for Halo.
I'm really hoping Halo Infinite's good. I've always been a big fan of Halo. Okay, that's cool. Right, new area time, guys. It's only taken us what, 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think we'll call it at 3 hours here for the stream. I think. Oh, hello, Jan. Thank you. I really appreciate that. If you're a fan of the channel, you can go back and look through all the old videos and see how it once looked. This has been a long time coming. It's, almost 2 years it took me to make this, and it released on Thursday, and I'm really happy. We had over 100 people play it on Dreams, and that's why we're celebrating today with this little stream. I will be doing a follow-up stream. It'll probably be next week, in the week. But right, okay, here we go. So, this is the executioner. Oh god, straight away with the hit. Right. Ow. We have an ally! So, the Necromancer's skull relic allows you to summon a skeleton. And he will fight for you. Oh god, he is... of course, it doesn't help if I'm not doing really well at this guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you've got PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, you can play it on Dreams. I would say, I have been told that performance is okay on the normal PlayStation. There's a couple of areas where the Papu, wasn't it? The enemy in Crash Bandicoot. my girlfriend said that as well. She was a huge fan of Crash Bandicoot. Performance is okay on PS4. There's a couple of areas where the frame rate does dip. I'm looking at what I can do, but I'm not really sure at the moment. So, come on. The annoying thing about this guy is he's actually got a pretty intense second phase. So like he's already kicked my ass in phase 1. But as I said, wait, was it him? No, it was another boss. We haven't been to the Lost Depths actually, which is an optional side area. Might explain why this guy's kicking my butt a little bit. We'll probably cover that on another stream, just because, as I said, I've never shown this content. This is the Black Fort. This is the crucible in which you will need to prove yourself to be good enough to get to the city of Idril. The executioner will judge you. Will you be worthy? Right now, I'm proving not to be that worthy. I've only got 3 essence left, and he's what? 2/3 health? There we go, get 7 hit in. No, there isn't Mr. Woofworth. And again, Project 2 is going to address that. Dreams does support PSVR. I don't know what would happen if you put my game in PSVR. I didn't say it was never been set up for PSVR. Oh god. But generally, what you'll find with is the weapons. The weapons you find are better than the ones you have. So that's kind of like you'll end up like going through a few weapons in the game. And then in Project 2, I'm actually going to give you a way to upgrade them. Jam. So it is. Oh god, he almost caught me. So it's a Souls-like. So the story, there is a story. It's very minimal. So it's sort of like it's basically a lot of story told through item descriptions, the environment. Things are left open to interpretation.
You have the first half of the game is sort of open. You have like a hub area where you can go to different levels and sort of battle the creatures, level yourself up, and then you come here to progress the main storyline where you'll go and battle the evil creatures and save the world, essentially. Or do you? Are you saving the world? That's a question. Oh yeah, here we go. He's in phase 2 now. No! Oh, that was unusual. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like the layout of the game. As I've said to people, like as soon as you get out of the tutorial area, you can head straight here. But as you can see, this guy, he is not messing around. Oh, I've only got what, 1 essence? Oh, damn it! I've got any onions in there? Yes, 5. Okay, that could prove pivotal. So I've just run out of celestial light. Thanks, Jam. If you have any feedback or any bugs, please do reach out. There is a known issue where the game one time, this doesn't happen for everyone, where the game will one time give you 25,000 essence, which is your XP. It'll get when you go into one area. And the thing is, I can't find any reason why it would be doing that. I do wonder if it's Dreams itself that's done it, because I'm not sure. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'd say Dark Essence is a very ambitious game project for Dreams. I'm using like pretty much everything they've got on tap for me, in terms of like save data and performance and all that stuff. So I do wonder if I'm pushing the game a little bit, pushing Dreams a little bit too hard. Some people haven't had it though, so it seems really random. I never had it in all the testing I did. I never had it. But yeah, good luck and let me know how you get on. Please do. Oh, sorry, and you asked before the game. So I think it's somewhere between 6 to 10 hours, depending on how you do. Unfortunately, Senor, no. Oh, he's caught me again. Come on, I've almost got him. No, that's something I could look at for Dark Essence 2 or Project 2. The reason why is because a lot of it is I've got a lot of interconnected systems that are dependent on one another. And so for example, the weapon system is having your weapon equipped and the combat system active is related to whether or not you've got that bit of UI active for where for having it equipped. It would also take additional sort of coding to do, which again takes up. Thank God he's dead. Which again takes up sort of resource. So for a PS5 exclusive, I might be able to do it. Also, the other thing, as I mentioned, the new prototype has a 3D HUD. So you see how I've used sort of symbols here, basic symbols and shapes to create the HUD effect. Well, in Project 2, that's actually 3D models. So it actually looks much better. Right, we're going to level up. So what time is it? Okay, we've got 10 more minutes before the end of the stream. So any more questions, guys? Please throw them in chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm going to do my best as well to get through the Black Fort so I can show you Idril. Right. Thanks, Jam. I really appreciate that. It's not for everyone, Dark Essence. It's a Souls-like, not Souls-likes aren't for everyone, and I think that's okay. Not every game has to be for everyone. I am standing on the shoulders of giants on Dreams, though. Like as I've said, there's a couple of guys, Acer and Neon the Coder. I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done this without them. Quip tipped. Yes, this is built in Dreams. Yeah, I couldn't have done it without them. Their tutorial videos showed me how I could make systems and make things work. I also do use a number of community assets that some people have made. So one of my enemies, enemy models is an insect model that someone made. All of the music has been and sound effects have been uploaded by others. What else? The barrels. I can't remember who created the barrels. But the barrels was made by someone else. And actually, at the moment, I've been saying someone's made an actual proper, like an actual Souls puppet that you can put in your own dream. So actually, you guys can make your own Souls experience in Dreams. When I started, none of that existed. Everything was built from scratch. In fact, actually, as I've said before, like my prototype actually does play better than this. My new prototype, because that was actually made by someone else. But like people have just come up with better ways of doing things. Like when I started work on Dark Essence, so when you're speccing a video game, you'll create your prototype, which is going to be someone once likened it to me as like making cookies. Your prototype is your cookie shaper, it's your cookie cutter. So you create that so that then you can just sort of bam, 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 just make more and make the rest of your game. And that is essentially what I had to do with Dark Essence. I had to build the final sort of systems and puppets and everything. And then once that was done, I could then just go to town and making all the levels and making the actual game. But what that meant was this puppet and the systems have pretty much been locked in for over a year. Over a year, probably about a year. I can't remember when I did that update. Was it in the summer? I can't remember. Yeah, there was when I did the big update was the last time I did like a major reworking of any key systems. I think that was in the summer, or late spring. People have made loads of advancements on Dreams now, and they've made some really cool things, and made better systems. Like my camera lock-on system, it was one of the first systems that was built in. It was one of the first ones built in Dreams. It's a good system. The guy that made it, Lombax Pie Boy, again, he's in the credits. Couldn't have done it without him. There's actually a better way of doing it now, I think, or a different way of doing it that looks cheaper and better. But I can't do it because I can't use it in Dark Essence 1 because it would mean you'd get stuck in this circle where you're constantly doing stuff. If any of you guys ever remember the story about the development of Duke Nukem Forever, that's literally what happened there. They would work on it, they'd get really far, and then they would see something in a new game and be like, "Oh, we need that," and then they would, or they'd change an engine, and then they just never could like lock it down. So I made a decision. I think it was about a year ago. I was like, right, that's it. I'm going for it. This is everything. This is locked in now. We're just going to get this game done. Right. Sorry. Someone asked a question then. Will there be any more Lego Dark Souls videos? So I can't go into detail about why there were no more Lego Dark Souls videos. It was painful that I had to sort of stop, and I've not ruled out any more in the future. I just can't make any right now. And one of the other things was I used Lego Worlds to make that. And the thing with Lego Worlds is it's not really getting any more updates or support. And I've been fighting this guy forever. He keeps healing. So, you know, I will never say never. I'd love to go back. I'd love to do part 2 of Lego Resident Evil 2. I can actually share with the stream. I had a Lego Skyrim project that I was working on. So, again, like it's on the back burner. And one of the things is one of the most common things from the Lego Dark Souls and Lego Resident Evil videos is I want to play that. And the thing is, Lego Worlds, that's not possible with Lego Worlds. And so that's one of the reasons why I came and made Dark Essence, was because I wanted to make something that people could play. But why didn't that barrel break? It's because he's behind me, isn't it? Right. I need to get to Idril so we can see lower Idril. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. I hope you enjoy the Dark Essence content and the content on the rest of the channel. I know a lot of people are here because of Lego Dark Souls. Like I said, it still means the world. Like I still love it. And everyone's reaction to it. Yeah, thanks, Jam. I wish I could be more clear on it, but I can't. Right, can I kill him? Yes. Right. Do you know what? Because we're quite low on health, I'm going to switch it up and go with the medallion. Right. So, because we'll be ending the stream soon, I want to say thank you to everyone that's been watching. It's been a privilege to have you all here and to talk Dark Essence. I think I'm losing my voice a little bit. Again, thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me. And I'm glad that some of you can actually get a chance to enjoy this now. And I hope that those of you who can't, you will get to in the future. I mean, in theory, as long as Dreams is around, Dark Essence will always be around. So I don't know what would ever happen if Dreams went offline. That'd be disappointing, but yeah. Shortcut. Let's go recharge our light. Yeah, coming up to 3 hours now. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I tried my best. You know, so as I've mentioned, I'm not trying to be the bleeding heart here. I do have a full-time job. So having a full-time job, trying to make this game, and also making sure that I could get enough content out onto the channel. I mean, I'd love to do more content on the channel. To be honest, these live streams are much easier to do than when I make a video. Mainly because hooking up a capture card to my PlayStation is really difficult because of where it is and where my PC is. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I could chronicle. Do I want to go down there? No. I'm glad I could chronicle at least some of the journey that we've all been on with this project. And I'm glad like everyone's been there. Like Spanky Tube, who I didn't realise he streamed the game yesterday. He's been following the channel since the Lego Dark Souls days, and he knew about Dark Essence. And bless him, as soon as he found out it launched on Thursday, he bought Dreams to play it, and he streamed it for 8 hours. He did really well. I was really proud, and he's in the credits now because he found a number of bugs for me just because I was watching him play and chatting to him as he did. He found some bugs, so that was really, really helpful. I do advise everyone, please, any feedback or bugs that you do find, do let me know. I will hotfix out as much as I can. So sorry, that was someone asked about another engine, Jam. So yeah, this has come up a bit. So the thing is, I have toyed with the idea of going on to something like Unreal, but that would require a lot more from me. Like it'd be a lot of work, is what I'd say. And also, it would be going back to square one. I'd have a lot to learn because that's like a proper game development engine. I'd have to sort of brush up on my code and stuff. And the other thing is, I'm keen. I've got a prototype for a second project now in Dreams. And the thing is, where I've learned to do all this stuff in Dreams, I just feel like I can make something better in here than I can make in Unreal. And as I was chatting to some of the others about the thing with Unreal, the thing with Dreams is it gives me access to people on PlayStation who've got PC. Who've got Dreams. With Unreal, it would limit me to just PC, and then I'd have to go through the process of publishing it on console, which is a bit of a process. And it's not exactly free either. So actually, at the moment, Dreams gives me like the best avenue for stuff. But I won't say never to never. I won't say never. As I said, you know, if there's a group of people out there that know how to do it, I'd happily get involved and do it. You know, I could design and stuff. And Meloncat, yeah, good night. Yeah, I hope you get a chance to play it too as well, mate. I really do. Thank you for the support. And have a good evening and a great weekend. It's nice actually because I got my weekends back a little bit, so I'm not on Dreams all the time. That was it. 5 days at work, 2 days on Dreams. And I was like, where's the time for me? I've actually been playing Dishonored 1 because I've never played Dishonored, and I've always wanted to. I used to work at a video game shop in the UK when that came out, and I was like, oh, this looks really good, and I just never ended up playing it. Yeah, I said we're going to be ending the stream around now. I want to get us to Idril just so some of you can see it, because I've never shown Idril properly in stream. That was the thing. I remember we did this stream where I was using the old sort of approach I was doing to the open world, and I was like, in the next video we'll go to Idril, and then in the next video I was like, hey guys, here's an update on the game. I'm completely revamping everything. We're not going to Idril for a long time, and then we never got there. I've sort of shown it and teased it in screenshots that I've shared on the channel, but never in video. There's actually a sword here that I haven't got, but that'll take up time. What I'll probably do is I'll double back on the next stream and pick that up. It's down there basically. Jam, are there parries, backstabs? There are not. That was something. So there's none of that. They're not in it, and there's no sort of two-handed wielding of weapons. Now that is something I'm working on for prototype 2, the next prototype. And the reason was, as you can see, I pushed for scale with this game. Massive. And that's playable, by the way. You get your horse. He's down there. You see him, and you can ride all around that. I pushed for scale on Dark Essence, and what that meant was I could only do so much with like the combat system. So then, because Project 2 is going to be PS5 only, because by the time it comes out, you know, most people, there'll be more people on PS5. I should be able to, you know, they're not using, Media Molecule haven't updated Dreams to use any of the horsepower of the PS5 yet. And when they do, we should get access to a lot more resources, more processing power. So we should be able to have bigger, more complex Dreams, is the hope. Right, so here we go. We're going to Idril. It's been this big wall for the longest time. Oh, look, birds. It's been this big wall for the longest time, but now we finally have made it. Lower Idril. Dun, dun, dun. Hope it's not underwhelming. But then this is only Lower Idril because the paths to Upper Idril have been sealed, save for one, the great gate atop the city wall. So, Jam, are there different classes? No, there are not, but Project 2 will have classes. This is pretty much just a melee knight build, essentially. You've got these things called relics, which go in here, which are sort of like magical items that you can use, like this. But I'm on my prototype that I've been working on for a follow-up. That's got a full magic suite in it. You can be a mage in that one. It's also got it also lets you have like weapons in both hands, and there's even like proper firearms and stuff. Sorry, that was someone else's question. Was Radio Waves? How long will you support Dark Essence? Well, so I've been rolling out hot fixes, tidying up bugs ever since it launched on Thursday. There's no plans for any major updates, mainly because of the way that Dark Essence has been sort of set up. Making any major changes is a huge amount of work, because there's 15 areas of the game. Essentially, I have to roll out the change 15 times. I'm just going to play. Do you know what? I'm going to take you to the boss. We're going to extend the stream just a little bit longer, just because I've never shown this content before. So I've got crossbowmen up there. Oh, damn it! Shield didn't block it. Oh god. Yeah. So, but I'll always be like looking around, keeping an eye on comments. If anyone gets a bug, and I can do something about it, I will. If it's game wide, that's a big amount of work. It will depend how deep I get into working on the other project. Yeah. How many bosses was that? How many bosses are there? I've got to do it in my head. 12. 2 of them are optional. Cool. Ow. Okay. Spikes hurt. Okay, good to know. Ooh, carpet. That was made by someone else. Appreciate their carpet skills. Really good. Right, crude bomb. Oh, that's a good point, actually. We've got some items. 11 crude bombs, 3 corrupted essence, 2... Oh, I have not been using any of this stuff. I've got 43 arrows as well. I might break the bow out in a minute. 12 bow. Yep. Yeah, as I said, like, I went for scale with this game. I probably, someone did say I should have just done one area and made it really, really polished. But I had like an idea. I had a vision and an idea for what I wanted to make, and as I said, I made it for myself. And then if one person enjoyed it, that'd be great. Oh God, these guys are pretty tough. No, he's blocked me! Oh, God. We're dead. We're now inside the city walls. Literally. Okay, we're about to get a better shield. Shields! Right, here we go. Thanks, Jam. Yeah, it's as polished as I could get it, I think. There we go. The 5th shield. You can... There's still some jankiness to it, I'm not going to lie. Some things I'm hoping to work out in the new prototype. Yeah. But some other people have made some really impressive things in Dreams. Such a great tool. Okay, he's dead. Hopefully the medallion will come back in a minute. We've got... we're 200 essence short of a level up. Have we even found a tree yet? I don't think we have we? Oh, that... Oh, crap. You have to laugh, otherwise you'd go insane. Right. What have we got? There we go. Right, I can do that. Okay, cool. That didn't get any fall damage then, that was good. Going down here. Damn the fall damage. Here we go. Is this game difficult on the scale of Soulsborne games? Yeah, I'd say there's some. I don't think it's as difficult as a Soulsborne. There's certain things I've done to sort of. I wasn't trying to make an incredibly difficult experience. So there's certain things like, for example, you can initiate an attack and roll away pretty much instantly. Because my combat system isn't as tight as what you would find in a Souls-like or even in a professional video game. Like let's take something like, I don't know, say Hades, or I think someone else said, I forgot that name. I have to go back through a chat replay and find it out. Oh my god, he's literally got my no. Oh, that was so close. Yeah, so I had to build in like a little bit of forgiveness because I didn't want it to be. In Soulsborne. Yeah, thanks, man. In like a From Software game, generally 99% of the time, it's your fault you die. Maybe I'm being a little bit over there, but generally like that. I can't make the same guarantee with Dark Essence, so I had to like make it just a little bit easier. But you know, everyone finds difficulty in different ways. You know, someone's already beaten this. I think I've had like 3 people beat it already. Sense Fortress, look at you. Yeah. What was my hardest bit? I think for me, like my ultimate thing was Smaug and Ornstein. God, that was so hard. What else? Oh, Sekiro. The first time you fight, what's his name? You know, you go up when you get to Ishina Castle? Ishina Castle, and then you go up the top, and he's got the you go up the top of the castle, and you fight him there, and like that, I was like, and that was mainly because the game was literally hitting me over the head, like I've not redeemed. God, that's silly. I need to. Not only had I not refilled my light, I also hadn't leveled up. I could have lost these souls. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Wordsworth. Genichiro. Yeah, it was because it was the game hitting me over the head, saying you need to play this properly now. And you know, having played Souls games for so long, I know a few people have this, where some Souls veterans just can't get into Sekiro because it's such a different way of playing the game. A different way of playing. As I mentioned earlier on the stream, like I want to go back and finish it, but it's probably the most brutal From Software game to go back to. Yes, it does, Jam. Just a moment ago, when I recovered my essence, that knight almost killed me. If he had killed me, I would have lost those 1900 essences, and I wouldn't have been able to just get that level up that I got. In some ways, Dark Essence, due to a limitation, can be harsher. So, for example, if you fall off a height, your essence will be where your body lands. So, if you fall out of bounds, your essence is gone. It doesn't. It doesn't. Yes, you can, Jan. You got that one. So when you respawn, you've got that one opportunity to pick them back up. If you die on the way back to your essence, it's gone. But yeah, so in Souls games, the recovery is quite. If you fall off like a height, your souls will be at the point where you fell from. Whereas in Dark Essence, the way my Essence recovery system works, it can't do that. It's a limitation. So if you fall, your Essence is gone, unless you can get to where you fell. And if you fall into a deep patch of water because you're in armor, you'll just drown. Well, I'm going to get past this guy. There's another one. I'm going to take us to the boss, and then we'll call it there. I've said I'm going to call it for about 5 times now, but I will call it at the boss. Once again, thank you everyone for joining. It's been great having you all here, talking about Dark Essence, talking about Souls, just talking about games in general. It's been great. Oh, here we go. Come on, fight me. You don't have a shield, so you are literally defenseless. Oh, he's down. Now, because obviously I made the game, this next room is literally lethal because you've got these 2 knights. They're like, oh god, they're gonna kill me. I always run past them. Radio waves. Is this late into Dark Essence or early on? This is the midpoint. So this is about this is about the midway point, just after the midway. You should consider the Executioner to be similar to Smaug and Ornstein. That was back in the Black Fort. Paul, what was the hardest thing to make? Probably the inventory system. Yeah, the inventory system. I had many iterations of that inventory system. When we get to this, there's a tree up here. I can sort of recover and go into detail a bit. But yeah, the inventory was so. Thankfully, Neon the coder did a video on how to make an inventory. So I used. Well, he like. Let me show you. He did a video on how to have like have a grid like this. The hardest thing to work out was how to have it so I could equip stuff and have the hardest one here is slots. So having the game know that right. You've got the Celestial Light in that slot. It cannot go in this slot now. It can't go into slot 2 because it's already in another slot. That was really hard. Is there item weight and durability? No, there is not. Durability is something I've put into Project 2. It's in the It's not in the prototype yet, but the building blocks for it are. But yeah, having the inventory system. Having it so that it pops when you pick something up, and it doesn't always pop when you equip it, and that was probably the hardest thing, as well as having it so that it didn't cost loads as well, like performance-wise and sort of budget and memory. So finding Jam Project 2 is essentially Dark Essence 2. At the moment, it's called Dark Essence 2. In fact, the best ending you can get from Dark Essence 2... the best ending you can get from Dark Essence actually does set up Dark Essence 2. There's a choice you make with one of the NPC's quest lines, which directly leads into the sequel. And again, the sequel exists because I wanted to, as I said, I had to abandon certain things with Dark Essence 1. Oh god. dead. Project 2 or Dark Essence 2 is kind of like it's everything I wanted in Dark Essence 1. So I know you just released this game, but when do you think Dark Essence 2 is coming out? So just to clarify again, Dark Essence 2 will be a PS5 exclusive, and the reason for that is because I want to push Dreams to the absolute limit, which I'm not actually doing that in Dark Essence 2. Sorry, Dark Essence 1. And also, I anticipate that at some point, Dreams will be updated on PS5 to take advantage of all the extra power that's in the PS5. Because right now, it's restricted because they don't want everyone to just jump onto PS5 and completely abandon making stuff. Ray tracing? No, it's more like just having more memory to build stuff. I would say probably about a year for Dark Essence 2. Depends what I run into. The prototypes come along quite well. The thing is, like cards on the table, as I said before, I'm using someone else's puppet now for... they've made a Souls puppet, and I'm using it because I can't... Oh yeah, this is the boss. I can't bring the puppet over to Dark Essence 2 without bringing all of the legacy of Dark Essence 1 with it, and I need to cut loose for sort of like storage reasons. Rather than starting from scratch, I decided that I was going to use someone else's puppet, and then what I've done with their puppet is I'm now modifying it and making it mine and making changes and stuff. I built a brand new inventory system. This brand new inventory system allows up to 3 items in the bottom slot, and it also allows, at the moment, yeah, he's all right. He looks great. He's not I wouldn't say he's technically he's not my best boss, is what I'd say. But he looks cool. Yeah, it's kind of like my pet name for him is Cthulhu Dragon. But that's not really his name. His name's Pazura. He's one of the corrupted ones, the real corrupted ones. But yeah, I built a whole new inventory system. It's 3D, and it's got magic in it. I'm at the moment, the plan is at least to have outfits. The ambitious goal is to have it so that you can equip different helmets, chest pieces, etc. Yeah, Bloodborne. Like a lot of my enemies, Dark Essence does it's not just Dark Souls I do take inspiration from. Like the old ones themselves, like if you check out the intro cutscene at the beginning of this stream, the old ones who are the gods in the Dark Essence world, they're actually from what would be, they're from the stars, they're effectively from space. Despite how problematic H.P. Lovecraft is, considering like how racist he turned out to be, I still love his work. Bring back tail weapons. I think Bloodborne's probably the best Lovecraftian video game ever made, and they take the best parts from Lovecraft. The idea is like the corruption. When essence is corrupted, you kind of become like this tentacled monster, or like a hollowed skeleton in a way. I wonder if I'm actually going to beat this boss. See, he's intimidating, but he's actually not that bad. So, just for the stream, I'm going to show you one of his other attacks in a minute. Once he gets to phase 2. Right, there he goes in phase 2 now. Right, he does do this. Oh god! Oh wait, no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! I forgot he could do that. Oh god, we're gonna kill him. I can't end like that. So who was that? That was Paul. Was that Paul? Yeah, no, radio waves. Are the optional bosses harder than the final boss? No. The final boss is... Final boss is not the hardest boss in the game, but it's close. Just because of the way everything scales. So the further into the game you get, as you get more powerful, the enemies get harder. Well, not harder, but they sort of scale with you. So actually, one of the optional bosses is accessed from the Forsaken Road. So like, he's not like, generally like I tend to have gone and killed him by now. And then the other one, I think he is quite tough. But again, maybe one of them might be as tough.
Jam.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the thing. Like, what I would say is, as I said, I've called out a few people like Neon the Coder and Acer. They're good. They have some good tutorials and they can help you get started. Loads of people made really cool puppets. One of the good things to do is to jump into, like, people might let their stuff be remixable, so actually you can see how it's made. I haven't done that with Dark Essence because mainly for the reason of the way my entire systems and logic is set up. I don't think anyone will be able to make any sense out of it because my systems are so complex and not labelled correctly. Because it's all in my head. Like, I know what that thing does, so I haven't bothered to write what it does. But there is also like there is the learning curve as well, which is like, what does this gadget do? How can I make it do this? How can I do something? How can I do X? And then what you will find is, as you gradually get over that sort of curve. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, the official tutorials. No offense, Media Molecule, they're all rubbish. But once you get over that curve and you start thinking in dreams, you'll start like knowing, oh right, okay, I want to do this. I need this gadget, that gadget. I need to hook it up like this, and then you go from there. But yeah, the official tutorials are slow, and also it's kind of annoying that you have to do them. Because you're like, if you're someone that's not interested in making any dreams, like having to do some of them is kind of annoying. But also, like, I mean, I've always said and sort of tried to feed back to Media Molecule that what they need like tutorials that are like, do you want to make a first-person shooter game? Here is how you do that, and then they give you a series of tutorials on how to do it. Do you want to make an action RPG? Here's a series of tutorials on how you can make that. And then once people start like working with that and doing that, they'll learn how you do things. Like I look, let me crack this open so you can all see it. Look at that. Crazy, isn't it? That's this is my spawner system that controls how everything is spawned. This is the inventory, weapon inventory, etc. This is the stats system. Saves. This was built by Ace. This design is from Acer. So this is how the data is actually saved. Yeah. Here's the enemy. You may not be able to see him. See how the reason he's sort of see-through like that is that's the model, and then he's cloned. Well, see, this is the thing, guys. Like, I mean, yes, it looks ridiculously complicated, but you could learn how to do it too. Like, it didn't start like that. I'll be honest with you, it didn't start like that. That is 2 years of just building on top of stuff. And also, like, it depends on your ambition as well. Like, my ambition was far too high. I'll be honest with it now. Like, and I cannot believe that I'm here and we're here talking, and I've released the game and people are playing it and some people are enjoying it. And I mean, it's great to see. But honestly, like, there were times where I was like, I'm never going to get this done. I can't believe it. Like, or times where things were broken and you was tearing your hair out trying to work out why isn't that working? It should work. But yeah. There are 3 endings. And there's no way to cheese them, so they do require 3 different playthroughs. Yeah, to get the best ending, exploration is kind of key. Why is that key? That's kind of misleading. What would you do with a day job? I'm not gonna. I can't say. I'm a producer in video games, but I can't be saying that more than that. I don't make games. I generally work in like a business style sort of capacity. Oh God, no! Don't drop me off. Don't do it. Oh God. Oh, hi, Skyfather. The running. So that's to do with that's just sort of like the. Oh God! Come on! It just hit me. We're gonna get back to the boss. It's a good thing I didn't have any souls, right, guys? Because that just it keeps dropping me down there. I mean, we were down there earlier, but I don't want to go back down there. So the running. So holding this sprint. So holding like L3 will put you into a sprint until you run out of stamina. This was sort of like the running animation I settled on. It's okay. I think it gives the knight like a little bit of personality. He's like, oh, just bumbling along. Oh, I'm not scared of any of this stuff. Yeah. Was there something else to that question as well? How do you roll faster? I don't think you can. Did you make the music? No, I did not, in the sense of I mixed it, but I didn't make it. So Dreams has got a whole suite of music assets and things that people have already made. What you can do is you can sort of put that together into a timeline and mix it and change like this sort of the acoustics and stuff on it as well. So you can actually take a sound and make it sound completely different, which is really cool. I know loads of, like if you're a musician, Dreams can actually let you, I think, even compose music with different instruments and musical notes. So it's really powerful. Dreams. Someone. Oh, by the way, someone mentioned Skybox earlier. Yeah. So I didn't actually paint that. That's so the game has Dreams has like a number of settings that you can set for the Skybox. This was one of the settings I set, and then I chose the colours and sort of saturation and stuff. So I did make it, but it's from like a style that you can use. Right, we're going to kill him this time because it's because I talked smack about him. You know, I said like, oh yeah, he's not really that bad. He's more intimidating than he is actually difficult. And then what's he done? He's like, I'm just going to pick you up and throw you off the bridge. What a git. By the way, I'm also gonna share with you. You know how he picks me up and throws me off? That's not by design. I didn't design it that way. That is how it just sort of works. So for some reason, when he picks you up, He's choosing me. Yeah. For some reason, when he picks you up, he naturally sort of goes to the walls. So I was just like, when it happened, I was like, that's really cool. I'm going to leave it in because that's really cool. Frustrating, but cool. No. Oh, see, like there you go. Wait a minute, have I got those bombs? Haha! Take that. And one of these. And one of these, I'm almost dead. Oh, crap. That wasn't very close. Come on. Back off. Hey guys, remember when I said the stream was going to end like ages ago? But yeah, I've been wanting to show this for a long time, so I'm okay going a bit longer. Just for this boss, I will take you to the next area as long as he doesn't chump me again. Oh god, well, and then we'll call it there. 10th time Marty said he's calling it. Oh, I don't think that bomb actually hit him. If he kills me again, I'm going to bring out the skeleton. Oh. No. Right, yes, no. He's almost dead. Come on! Yeah! Oh. Yes. He did. So now we make it to the second ring. What will we find? Don't save. That was just because I messed around behind the scenes. Some of you may have seen this before. So originally, this was... yeah, thanks Radio A's. Originally, this was all Idril was. But then I added that other section in because that other section looks like that's where people live. This is more sort of like where the rich people live, but also that. Yeah. Right. So, what does corrupted essence do? I'm glad you asked that. I think we... Once, right, okay. So, corrupted essence is basically similar to humanity. Look at that. So now we've got a bigger health bar. Yes, nice and corrupted. Of course, I'm going to... Look, so for those of you who've not seen this before, the essence of a defeated corrupted one. Be wary of the dark power contained within, for the corruption can seduce many. So this city, Idril, fell because of the corruption. We're using corrupted essence. I'm not going to lie to you. That may that may cause problems. Just saying. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to go forget that. I need to get to a tree. Yeah, no downside. Wink, wink. Question is whether you'll ever know whether it was the downside or not. Oh, come on. See, with this extra health, I'm just running it now. Running the gambit. Come on. Aha, tree. Okay, we're going to put that into vitality, and then I'm going to end the stream there because I wanted to stream again at some point, and we're now well and truly. We're probably 2/3 of the way through the game now. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less actually, because we've got an optional side area which we haven't done. I'll have to see if I've ever shown that. If I haven't shown that, that'll be a bit of a process to go back through because it's back on the Forsaken Road. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining me. I really appreciated it. Yeah, Sky. So just quickly, Skyfather. So I looked into that. Not everyone's had it. I've never had it. I believe it's either something to do with how dreams with because I'm using so many variables. Bye, Paul. Thank you. I like that. Yeah, sorry, Skyfall. Yeah, so I think it's something to do with the fact that I use pretty much every persistent variable that Dreams lets you use. You're only allowed to use 128 persistent variables. And I think because I'm using them all, maybe... no, thanks, Jam. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you get on. It could be, maybe if you've got any other dreams that you've got progress on that's stored, maybe there was a problem there. Thanks, Ranger. Thanks, Radio Waves. Either that, or maybe it's something to do with when you moved into that next area and it downloaded the next scene, maybe that's where the conflict came in. But not everyone's had it, and I've never had it, and I have no idea what it could be. There's nothing in the game that should cause it, so I feel like it's something to do with dreams. It could be, like I said, it could be because I've pushed the amount of persistent variables too hard. But yeah, right. Thank you, everyone, again. Have a wonderful evening and a great weekend, and I will see you on the next stream. Take care, and I hope you all enjoy Dark Essence. Thanks. Bye.